Hey. Hey, yo, Kool-Aid. How's it going, guys? Can you hear me okay? I think you can hear me okay. La 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 la. Nah, not that one. That one's not the right one. Ooh. There we go. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hold on, let me... Hey, gang. Hey, yeah, I can feel you deep inside my ears. Ah, good that you clarified that. Hi, Goliath Grunt. How's it going, everybody? Okay, so I'm playing some more Timberborn right now, guys, and oh boy, do I have a lot to show you here, because I got to play as the Iron Tails. There are two different breeds of beaver, and each of them have their own ways of handling shit. So once more people show up, I'll tell you more about that, because I don't have to re-explain it too much. So here we are. We've actually sectioned off the water a fair amount. Damn, tier 2, 59 months? He's one of the first subscribers I ever had here. And I actually got to go to his wedding. Beavers. Leave it to Belieber. Never explained anything. H.P. Lovecraft. It's true. He did say that one time. He's famous for saying never explain anything. No one likes books. H.P. Lovecraft. Oh my god. Hey, Jorge Dean. Hey, Talk. How's your Friday going? Going pretty okay, actually. Thank you so much for asking. Hey, still living the dream as always? Nah. Oh, thank you, Corvus. It's very kind of you to say. So we are playing as the Iron Tails, guys. This is a different faction of beavers. Undead Breaker, thank you so much for giving that kill, that sub to Overkill guy. So the way this faction works is very differently. They don't actually have some buildings. This faction's actually missing a couple buildings, and they have a couple buildings instead. For example, they have they can create actual engines. They can create actual engines for power. Their generation of power is a bit easier. That being said, however, a lot of their ability to do a lot of grazing or a lot of farm work is a bit more limited for them. However, and this is the big thing, their housing is so different because, and this is what threw me, guys. This faction have breeding pods. They don't actually normally. The way the other faction works. Is you have a bunch of beavers in a house and they fucking have a kid. This faction creates cloning pods. And that's how they are born. So right now I have two breeding pods, I mean. Yeah, I know, right? And that is, there you go. And they live in barracks. They're a bit more large barracks. They have row houses as well, which look very funnily look like this, which can seat 5 guys, but it's technically literally 3 blocks high. They're Krieg beavers. They're kind of like Krieg beavers, yeah, a little bit like Krieg beavers. Well said. They all sound like minions too, by the way, guys. I do mind Disney, Lord. Mr. Byte, as an expert in beaverology, I can confirm this is what beavers look, act, and sound like. Now, the interesting thing, I didn't know beavers created breeding pods. We have little. See that we have little beaver fetuses in there. By the way, guys, There's a lot to this. We live by the wood and we die by the wood. Jorge Dam. No, these guys live by the iron, actually. They're more about that iron, man. I am Iron Man. Bam, 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 bam. The cloning pods are more of a European beaver thing. That makes sense. Can I have a masseuse come over and just crack my neck in the right way so I can just, like, fall apart? I'd be like, all right, we just need to adjust right there, and... Thank you. And I faint. Happily. Yeah. Oh boy, more beavers. And now we're going to be playing for a little bit here today. Later tonight, we have the wonderful Sadui swinging on by the bar. No. Being a bit of an interesting time on Twitter this week. Hey everybody, if you see, if you notice lately, in America, to my American brothers and sisters, you may be noticing that a bunch of your fellow countrymen are seeming to be, like, moving against you in every way possible. I just want you to know that every time you, you know, take a moment and don't focus on that instead of worry about the petty grievances that you have against you, you are doing exactly what they want. So don't worry about that, Americans. Just remember to get bogged down with the minor minutiae and let people stomp all over you. That's what's important. You know what? Yeah, your rights are being stolen away, but you know what's even more important than that? How wrong you were. How wronged you were. That's what you should focus on. That one person who fucking disrespected you. Exactly. Not all these other things that are going to hurt you. That one particular person. That's what you should focus on. Love you guys. I love you Americans, but my God, you guys got your priorities all fucking out of whack. It's not even about voting, man. It's not about voting. It's not even about voting. It's about I mean this. I mean this as a liberal myself, as a self-hating liberal. Like, liberals just spend all their fucking time being selfish. We thought we watched it for the last couple of years with cancel culture and shit. People just going after each other for, like, being the wrong kind of liberal or making a mistake at some point. And what kills me is while we were all there running around giving each other grief for not being liberal enough, the people who stand to actually hurt us kept themselves organized and now going to stick it to us because that's what happens every fucking time. I had a bunch of people on my Twitter feed starting up stuff this week, and all I can think is you guys are you're getting all angry and bent out of shape about the wrong kind of shit right now. And I mean this. When big fucked up shit like this happens in the United States, it feels like on Twitter, a bunch of people try to reclaim their power by not focusing on the shit that's trying to hurt them, but people who will actually react to them. And I say that completely meaning it. It's not this ain't politics, guys. This ain't politics, guys. I ain't doing politics right now. There's nothing political about this, guys. This is just human behavior. Lunas, not both parties. It's just one group of people it's literally just people feel powerless, so then they go and target people who will actually react to them. You know? But why do you think they go after all these old grievances and shit like that? Because they actually care? No, because they want to feel powerful. They're trying to reclaim their fucking power because they don't have any power. It's like trolling. It's the same energy. It's the same fucking energy. Getting angry about people for being the wrong kind of liberal or who have made mistakes is the same kind of is the kind of energy that the people who try to hurt you capitalize on. Because you always fall for it every fucking time, hook, line, and sinker. It's so fucking nuts to me. 0McLovin5637. Thank you so much. Well, Oni, not all of us can, not all of us can actually, just ignore this shit happening, because not all of us are guys. A lot of people we know and love are women who are going to be hurt by this, because some guys who've never had a vagina apparently know what it's like to have one, which is wild, because I don't know what that's like. Anyways. I met a woman once. They seem nice, see? No, it's just Americans. Unfortunately, I will say this to my non-American viewers. Americans, once again, played themselves. Unfortunately, they spent the last 6 years, and this is, I know a lot of you Americans didn't actually do this shit, but a lot of Americans just spent the last 6 years bitching about how they were slighted personally, instead of focusing on, like, codifying all these important things and demanding that of their leaders. Instead, the last 6 years, liberals just took time snipping at each other for being the wrong kind of liberal, and that's it. And it's just, and here we are in the thick of it, and just in the fucking in the goddamn, and here we are, like, tits deep in the bullshit that's going to give us, which is we're just crucifying our allies for not being allied enough. It's wild shit. It is wild. It is wild shit to me that this, and then people within 48 hours after this information comes out, they start focusing on how, somebody else out there who is a lot like them but made a mistake once is actually the devil. And it's like, it's this kind of behavior. It's this where you are so far beyond, like, I know you feel powerless to stop these big things from happening, but you're not a good person if you just go and harass somebody who will actually react to you, unlike the people trying to hurt you. You're not a good person. And I feel like a lot of people, when these big things happen, try to reclaim their power in the most unhealthy fucking ways possible. So all I'm going to tell you, everybody, right now, is please do not engage in that behavior. Please do not. There are real fights to be had out there about people we care about, women we care about in America, gay, trans people, all this shit. These fights are really important. You know what's not important? What something someone said a long time ago that they are already sorry for. That's not important. Because when you compare it to the other one, if you're focusing on what one of your allies said that was wrong a ways back, instead of focusing on the enemies who want to fucking take away your human rights, not only are you selfish, but you're also stupid. But anyway, that's the end of it for me. Let's play this game. Hamily Tiger and Theron, thank you so much, you guys. I'm sorry. It's just I've spent the last 6 years on my Twitter feed watching my fellow liberals cancel each other for being the wrong kind of liberal half the time. And I'm like, you guys, why are you wasting your time on this? It's because it's the only time they feel strong. And it's so embarrassing it's come to this. That now you have a bunch of people all trying to, like, it's not just about abortion, guys. They're going to roll back any kind of birth control, interracial marriage, all of it. All of it that does not look like Leave It to Beaver into the heads of some of these old white dudes. It's nuts. But they'll do it. Because they stay focused and they don't fucking get at each other for being the wrong kind of conservative. Shocker, when they stick together and get something across, they win. Funny that. Every fucking time. And I'm tired of liberals not acknowledging that, because it's just going to keep happening until they acknowledge the fact that when they get bogged down in petty politics bullshit. Anyways. Relegos, one of their judges hates women, so wants to make it so that women can't have sex at all, unless they can't. They're making it so they want women so they can't have sex. They can't have any services. They can't get an abortion. They can't even get birth control. If they get pregnant, they are a broodmare for the state and have no rights. the imaginary person in their belly has more rights than them because they hate women. They hate women. That's exactly what they're doing this shit. They hate women. They don't give a shit. If they cared about children, then the same people bitching about abortion will be pushing for pre-K care, kindergarten, public schools, public education for younger kids if they actually cared about kids. They don't actually care about kids. They don't give a fuck about kids. They don't. They want to stick it to women because women won't fuck them and won't be slaves to them. And this is what they fetishize. This is what they jerk off about. They jerk off about the idea of women. They literally jerk off about that idea of, what's that one show? What's that one show where all the women were broodmares for the state? What was that one thing? Oh, God. It was a show with starring Caitlin Moss and one of the most hilarious lack of self-awareness castings of all time. Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, they want the Handmaid's Tale. They literally, these guys, real life, jerk off thinking about the Handmaid's Tale. They do. They just sit there salivating at the thought of women having no rights and they can just do whatever they want. They can have women pregnant at home and they can't do anything, so they just go out and fucking have fuck more women. That's all they want. It's bullshit and it's awful and it's terrible, and they will pretend that's not what they want, but yet all their actions will direct them in that, will push them in that way. It'll be pushing them in that direction. Well, then why is everything you're doing seeming to push for that? Oh, no. See, that would make me be the bad guy, so I won't admit it. Oh, since you won't admit it, then you're not the bad guy. Isn't that a fun game they play, huh? I believe in the autonomy of self. I believe that you were given a body and you should be able to do whatever the hell you want to it. You know, people didn't want to get vaccinated. I felt they were perfectly okay to not get vaccinated. I got vaccinated all the time because I'm a fucking grown-ass adult. But that's fine. Some people want to be giant grown-ass children who are scared of a needle. Then, oh no. But they're going to microchip me. Like they're not carrying a cell phone around in their pocket 24/7. So I don't really know how to process this Roe v. Wade stuff. Okay, here's how you process it. There's a bunch of old white dudes who hate women. That's it. There's nothing really, there's nothing complicated about it. They just really hate women. They just really hate it. Oh my God, they hate women so much. It's really simple. It sounds no, it's gotta be something more complicated. No, it's not. They'll pretend it is, but it's real simple. They just hate women. They absolutely hate women, and I don't know why. Something fucked up happened to them sometime long ago. Something's all screwed up in their head, and they want to seek out power. No. They don't love women. They love slaves. No, these guys love slaves. They want slaves. They want women they can just have sex with, get pregnant, and then not have to treat with any fucking respect. That's what they want. The same people online, they want government-issued girlfriends because they can't get any tail. Dude, you're not even a person until you're like 1 year old. There's nothing there as a baby. It's just nothing. Just white noise. There's nothing. So deadbeat dads? No, not even deadbeat dads, bro. They want slaves. These guys want slaves. It sounds fucked up, but that's what they want. They want to take away women's right to birth control. Let's so you don't want girls having abortions, so you're not even gonna let them have the stuff that prevents them from needing to have. You just want to criminalize women having sex for themselves. That's what it is. They just want to criminalize women having sex for themselves because it's nuts to me, right? And the thing is, and I say this to all you Americans, you can all get all this stuff. All you gotta do is actually protest. Like, actually protest. The French get everything they want, and they're like 1/10 the size of the country, and they don't even have guns. Okay, here we go. We have a... Hey, Onyx, thank you very much for checking out some lo-fi, man. Oh, you have me on as lo-fi. I'm not lo-fi, man. They're punishing women. They're like making it so like even if women like they get pregnant and then the baby starts developing in the wrong part of the fallopian tube, which can happen, and if the women don't get surgery, they'll die, and that happens more than you know. That is illegal now. If they do this, they can make that surgery illegal. They literally are going to make life-saving surgery illegal because of an arbitrary rule, because that's how much they care. They care so much that they'll let people die over an arbitrary rule. They don't care. They hate women. The suffering is the point. And I'm just tired of playing this game of pretend with them. Like, no, I don't want you to suffer. Then why are you pushing shit that will make people suffer? Oh, no, I'm not doing that. You are. No, I'm not. That's not the end of the conversation. They still are. Like, ectopic pregnancy. Thank you. That's the actual official term of it. I didn't fully know. I knew that was possible. I didn't know its name. And the thing is, these guys claim, the people pushing this through claim to care about the health of the baby and all that shit. It's just like, they'll just ignore that, because if they accept that, then that means that someone might be able to wiggle away from having a baby because they fucked them. It is so insane and entitled and narcissistic. It is absolute insanity. And I mean this because I'm a liberal. I know I am. But because my fellow liberals wasted their fucking time these last 6 years just with petty grievances against one another instead of fucking focusing on the important shit, which is this shit. Which is why I lose my fucking mind every time I see a bunch of this weird personal petty drama crap come up when we have these real big issues. Because every time real big issues come up, this petty shit comes up, because that's the only stuff people can really change and affect. And I'm tired of enabling that shit. But that's the end of me. There we go. They're slavers. That's all they are to me. Don't forget, there's a lot of active politicians in the United States who think that slavery shouldn't have been overturned. I'm not kidding. This is how fucked up America is, because they just gotta blame somebody else sometimes, you know? It's just really disheartening. So my American brothers and sisters, I tell you right now, when the day comes for you to rise up and protest how you are treated, I want you to know that I'm going to be there with you as well. Because y'all deserve to be treated with love and respect. Y'all deserve to have people stay out of your fucking private business. And you all deserve to have free fucking healthcare. Because if to not have it would mean you die, then it should not be commodified. If the absence of it would kill you, then they should not be allowed to charge you money for it. Because that means the only way you're allowed to live is if you have enough money. And that is fucked up and wrong. Shit is fucked here. So I mean this. The one thing you can do, what actionable steps can you do? First of all, fight the real fight, you know. Focus on the actual shit that matters with all these guys trying to push all this shit through. The second people start distracting from their own personal selfish grievances, call that shit out. Call that shit. You're distracting us from the main issue we're having right now. We don't need to hear about how you were personally wronged by one person. We have a bigger issue. When people dig up all this petty, small shit, don't let them. Be like, no, we're trying to focus on a real issue here that will actually help people. Okay? I don't want to... Because simultaneously, we can acknowledge that a lot of people need to be better, and at the same time, acknowledge that a lot of people are just looking for the next people they can lord over and be holier than thou instead of fighting the real fight. And if those people claim to care so much about the things they care about, why don't they spend the same amount of time working with that than they do with... Anyways, I'm just done ranting here. It is insane to me that we've wasted all this time. I'm a Canadian, so I'm fine. I'm a cis white man in Canada. Not only am I okay, even if America conquered it, I'd still be okay. And I'm worried about you guys because I have lots of gay friends and women friends too. And it's just like I'm going here going like, oh my god, you guys are all to be screwed over. And I'm limited in what I can fucking do. I know so many people who are so driven with activism who have spent the last 6 years of their lives just bitching online about pointless, petty garbage. And the same people were so upset when this information dropped. And I'm like, I wanted to say, well, this is what happened. Like, I mean, this is what happens when you don't focus on this. You were expecting that they weren't going to try to do something devious and evil like this. Well, you assumed that they would be better. Stop assuming that. Stop assuming they're going to be better. They're not going to be. Anyways, it's going okay, man. I'm playing this game. So this, I'm not going to lie. Let me show you some things about this, guys. So here we go, guys. So this one is fun. So what we do here, now the power thing is also different here. We don't actually have, we have the power wheel, which we can, run on, obviously. get our power that way. But we actually have a compact water wheel and a large water wheel. Now, the large water wheel is enormous. Compact is only about 40, but we can fit these in actual 3 spaces. Pow, pow, power wheel. We're talking about Timberborn, Turkro. But you're from Canada? No wonder your apologies sound so genuine, right? I don't apologize that often. When I do, I actually am sorry, which is why when someone tells me to apologize when I'm not actually sorry, I'm like, no, I'm not going to disrespect them by lying. Oh yeah, Worm of Wood, they were totally packing the courts waiting for this while our fellow libs were just sitting there bitching at each other for not being the right kind of lib who fucked up at some point. Every fucking time. I'm going like, guys, should we be trying to do stuff here? The new Beaver faction. Yeah, that's right, guys. That's right, guys. Look at this. We have a new oh, wrong button. So, what it does is it changes up our power, and especially our buildings here, because we have barracks instead of homes. Barracks are essentially 2 by 3, so they're and they're 3, and they are 3 deep. Yeah, Margot, it's absolute insanity because it's an easy scapegoat for the fucking weak-minded. Well, if all these people realize what an absolute asshole I am, then I'm in deep shit. What do you do? Scapegoat the gays, sir? Absolutely. Every time. I'm doing okay, man. No. My favorite thing that people do is they go, well, that's against the rules. You can't do that. And then they just go on and do it like they fucking respect the rules or give a shit what you have to think. It's so nuts to me. Hey, Heavenly Father, hallowed be thy name. They don't give a shit. Dude, here's the thing. This is why I don't like these guys, okay? Because they will demand you adhere to the rules, but the second they don't adhere to the rules, it's okay. They don't have to adhere by the rules. They're special because they're them. Oh, no, I can break the rules. It's okay. Someone said abortion is going to be illegal, and someone said, yeah, not for white, rich women. I'm like, of course not. They're going to get all the abortions they want. Rules for thee, not for me. This is class warfare, guys. That's all it is, man. I'm saying this is a guy building a city with beavers who all working in unison. Like the evil commie I am. It's war on the working class and poor, guys. It's always what it's been, man. They got us out here fighting gender fights when we should be fighting class fights because they don't want that. Because when it comes down to picking our teams, the rich don't have a lot of people. Their numbers are actually pretty few, so when they got their enemies kind of fighting each other, it's way easier that way. So if everyone argue over whose invisible person gets to... so now it's good that we're going to spend the next 6 months arguing over if women are allowed to have the right to their own body. That's what we're going to focus on now, instead of the fact that the rich are bilking us. Isn't that funny, huh? It's weird how that worked out that way. Now you be a good, guys. You be good and keep arguing online. Don't forget to bring up all the petty drama you have to go with. I mean, start talking about Amber Heard, but I'm probably not going to... I have nothing much to say about the Johnny Depp thing. Because... I guess all I have to say about the Amber Heard thing is one thing. I watched a couple of videos last night, and what killed me. Okay, everybody? What killed me with the Amber Heard thing? She pulled up, so that in between, I guess, when they were questioned or something, there's a short break where she's on the stand, and she pulls, like, she looks over to the left, and she kind of like pulls out this handkerchief because she's been rubbing her dry eyes with it all the time, hoping she would cry because, you know, to simulate regret or feelings. So in the middle of her putting the thing up to her nose, she looks to the right a little bit, and she holds the handkerchief up for 3 seconds, and then a cameraman takes a photo, and then she quickly puts it down and puts it away. And I went, okay, I'm sorry. Did she just do a crying photo op? Johnny didn't even look up from his written statement because of his PTSD. And she's out there taking photos while on the stand to make sure the cameraman gets her good side. Dude, I could not believe it. It's so blatant. It is so blatant. It is so blatant. What a liar she is. It is so blatant and obvious what she is, and for a reason, a lot of guys are watching this trial. For one reason, this is the trial of that one ex. I have heard things stated by Amber Heard in court that my emotionally abusive and emotionally manipulative ex from a long time ago would say. Literally, verbatim, I am hearing the same things being said. And it is tripping me out. One of the reasons why I had to take last week off kind of a little bit was because of this a little bit, because I was triggered as fuck by this court case. Someone pointed out, how come she has photos and how come she has photos and video of everything except for the abuse she endured? I'm like, that's a good point. It's okay. It's okay. Before Amber Heard went before Amber Heard went on the trial last week, she's gonna lose. I think it's pretty obvious she's gonna lose. It's because I mean this, Theron. That shouldn't shock you. I dated a narcissistic, manipulative person. She would do awful, stupid shit and then deny she did it, even though I caught her doing it. She'd just lie. Because, and this is the thing with some narcissists, their brain literally panics the second they're about to take some blame. So they will, any lie. The dog did it. 250 bets, Johnny Deep. Mm-hmm. She's everything guys were nervous. She's everything guys were terrified about when, like, all these movements started up here. I mean this. She's literally Gone Girl. She's literally Gone Girl. It's nuts to me. I'm like, oh my god, Gone Girl's real. Oh no, Johnny Depp was Gone Girl'd. She's an abusive person. I'm sorry, it's the whole trying to get sympathy and shit like that. It's what's so gross. Oh my god, Gone Girl. She's Gone Girl. She's Gone Girl, because here's the thing, when I broke up with my abusive ex, she then went on to lie about a million things. A couple weeks went by, and then she utilized a contact with my friend, because my friend was like, "Hey man, I know you had issues with her, but I think she wants to just, you know, have one final talk, just kind of talk it out, make sure that everything's good to go, you know, we're fine, you know, no drama, you can both move on and shit." I'm like, okay. So I got into the call, and she's like, "Hey, I know we had some issues, but I want you to know it wasn't really my fault, and in fact, it was actually your fault." And I was like, "Have a nice night," and I hung up the phone, because she couldn't. She literally manipulated a friend of mine to get him to, like, fucking tank his friend, like, do a lot of damage to his friendship with me, to get her on the phone call with me, just so she could tell me that I was the abusive one. Because that's the thing about people like this. 1 in 10 people. 1 in 10 people. Oh, I did get a row. 1 in 10 people are this fucked up. Regardless of gender. Regardless of gender. And they will lie. They'll be caught in their lie, and they'll just keep lying. They'll keep lying till you're exhausted because they can't accept losing. They can't. They want to come out the relationship the winner because they see relationships having a winner and a loser. That's how fucked they are. Yeah. So just remember that, guys. It is, and what is crazy to me is, and I someone mentioned this. This is happening at the same time as the Roe v. Wade shit. It's happening at the same time as Roe v. Wade stuff, guys. What a mind fuck, by the way. Both these two right beside each other. The Roe v. Wade and the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. It is nuts. I'm like, wow, this is a juxta. Fearful that Johnny will win. No one should be fearful that Johnny will win. Johnny's clearly the domestic. They have Amber Heard. They have recorded dialogue of her saying, haha, yeah, that's right, Johnny Depp. How about you, a man? Tell the world that you, a man, were the victim of domestic abuse. No one will believe you. Bro, this person sucks. They have her saying that braggadociously. Oh, and of course, Roy Zoga. How could I forget? I'm not punching you, I'm hitting you. And that's one I actually heard one time in person. I wasn't hit hard. And this was so long ago. And based on what we were hearing with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit, she was like straight up attacking him. The reason why she's so angry is because she knows no one believes her horse shit on this one. Oh yeah, the whole statement is one of the most evil things you can say, and because my abusive ex said evil shit to me all the time. When we were having an argument because she said something very rude to me at a public dinner with her friends, I didn't like that she said that to me. We ended up having an argument outside for half an hour in which I was the problem for not being okay with her insulting me like that so willy-nilly when I wouldn't do anything like that to her. And then she just condescendingly said, well, this is why you have issues with women. It's because you don't understand how to talk to us. Just like, and then she brought up something with another ex-girlfriend of mine that I had issues with a long time prior for no reason. And I'm like, and this is how some of these people are. They're just awful people, man. They're just awful people, man. Awful people exist, and they will lie forever. They'll lie forever because they literally can't accept their own the own mess they've made for themselves. It's someone else's fault. Always someone else's fault. Not me. I'm perfect. I'm me. I'm amazing. Everyone should fucking bend a knee to me because I'm me. Bro, everyone's shit stinks. Everyone fucks up. No one's above apologizing. I know. Because I apologize all the fucking time. And sometimes I'm actually sorry. But I'm joking. I try not to apologize unless I'm actually sorry. Which, by the way, there's something hilariously Canadian about what I'm about to say. Is there was a law passed in Canada which stated that technically saying you're sorry isn't an admission of guilt in Canada. Yeah. The problem is that a lot of these narcissists are pushing power. They can't have her look bad. I was like, well, that's the crazy thing. The ACLU just lost all of its credibility to me because it was found out that she paid the ACLU to ghostwrite her domestic abuse article, and she didn't even pay him. So in other words, the ACLU, without being paid, wrote a lie with no fucking proof. Wow, okay. So now I can never trust that website, huh? Wild to do that, guys. Phoenix Jess, you gotta look into more details about this, but like, Canadians say sorry kind of like a it's kind of like a colloquialism. It's not even like we're actually apologizing. We just say sorry as kind of like we're acknowledging that what we are doing might be disturbing somebody else. Even if it's not, we just want to say it to be careful. But the problem is someone tried to sue somebody because they said sorry after a simple accident happened, and they tried to claim that saying sorry implied that they were admitting guilt, and then the lawyer's like, no, he's Canadian. And the court sided with the Canadian. Now it's a law in Canada. If you say sorry, that's not an omission of guilt. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? You can look it up. Look it up on Google, guys. It's saying sorry. It's just so funny. It's just like, no, this guy's clearly Canadian. That's the thing in Canada. Yeah. So funny. I find it really funny, though. Ooh, maybe. Fuck, bud. That's fucking Canadian, bud. Alright, so what we're going to do here is... The way this works is... The center thing, the district... is kind of the center part here, but if I can actually extend this out here a bit further, it's the length of the road from this first entrance area. So technically this goes around here and goes up and zigzags, but if I dig straight across, it'll be more of a straight line. So let's do that. And there we go. We're going that direction too, I guess. Does your dollar smell like maple syrup? Yes, if you scratch certain areas of it, it does. Emily Tiger is pretty funny. Everyone's wondering why Johnny Depp seemed so happy the other day in court. It's because Amber Heard brought up Caitlin Moss, which means they can and brought up literally the lie, because someone posted, like, someone claimed that Caitlin Moss was thrown down a flight of stairs by Johnny Depp, and Caitlin Moss herself said, that never happened. What? And then Amber Heard brought up that incident like it was real at the court case, and Johnny's lawyer and him just looked at each other like, oh, she just fucked up, because now we get to call Caitlin Moss, probably. Johnny's ex, who has nothing but loving things to say about him, so this is going to be wild. Fuck. What a shit show of a court case. She ain't crazy, guys. She evil. She feels like she's a hero because she's her. Guys, I for one am shocked that the guy who volunteers his spare time and goes to children's hospitals dressed up as Jack Sparrow and travels around with the costume all the time, so every time he's in an area, he goes to the nearest children's hospital and spends time meeting all the children, making their last days of this life fantastic and free of charge. I'm shocked that he was a good person the whole time. Well, not really shocked. She's not crazy. She's very aware of what she's done. I'm shocked, I say. I'm shocked. I'm just so shocked, guys. I could not believe it. Heavenly, I never would have thought that either. Shocked, I say. And when someone, and here's the thing, you can look up the video, actually. You can look at the video where he's got a bandage over his hand where Amber Heard, like, cut off part of his finger with the bottle she threw at him, right? Because she was, like, hucking bottles at his ass, right? So a girl asked, what happened to your finger there? He's like, oh, I cut it tying knots or something like that. Or he just made a joke about it. He didn't play it off like it was no big issue. And they're like, this guy is literally using his how he's been physically deformed by his partner as a lighthearted joke with sick kids at the hospital. Or got hungry. Oh, he got hungry. Right. He said he got hungry. He had to eat a little bit of his finger. And he was joking with kids about having to do that. He was literally joking away his domestic abuse to sick kids in the cancer ward. But he's a bad guy. Fucking hell. Hey, here's the thing, though, guys. He stood his ground, and he took her to court over what she did. And it looks like he's doing really well. What's the craziest thing is we're finding out about Johnny having all his friends testify for him. He's finding out all these artists who don't make a lot of money live in a bunch of Johnny Depp's houses for free. I didn't even know that. So Johnny has all these people living in his houses for free that he's not living in, as long as they like pay for their own shit and stuff. Oh yeah, did anyone notice that she was quoting lines from the talented Mr. Ripley almost word for word? Yeah, but that might have been accidental. No, it wasn't. Oh, we don't know, but it's just pretty. It's like, oh wow, we're down to that, huh? Oh, is it literally word for word? Well, no pretzels, because it's because they didn't allow for the you know why? You want to know why that it didn't work in the UK when he tried to sue them? It's because the judge wouldn't allow the audio recording of her admitting to abusing him. And I'm like, you mean the proof that she was the abuser? Yeah, we're not gonna. That's not admissible in court. But it proves literally she's the bad guy. Yeah, that might hurt her case. This isn't a Simpsons thing. Objection, Your Honor. Why? Because it's devastating to my case. Do you have any more evidence? Well, we have hearsay and conjecture. Those are types of evidence. My lots. Oh, and Amber Heard fired her PR team last week, too, everybody. Don't worry, Mrs. Heard. We have more surprise witnesses, each one more surprising than the last. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are playing this, and we are playing this very interestingly because we are playing what I can only describe as a bit of an odd way of doing this. Our population's actually dropped. We need to increase. We got to have more baby holes. So we got more breeding pods. Because guess what, guys? This is how we have kids. Meaning the Iron Tails. You build your cloning vats. Lionel Hutz, apparently, I was watching the Legal Eagle YouTube channel. That's the actual trained lawyer who watches, oh yeah, Amber Heard, like, threatened to kill herself when, like, Johnny Depp was going to leave her, finally, for all the abuse, and all I can say is, oh yeah, that's what abusive people do. They'll threaten to kill themselves, and then, and if I die, it's your fault. It's literally using what last vestiges of love you have to try and manipulate the other person. That happened to me multiple times, until my abusive ex, I called her bluff, and I called her mother when she threatened to kill herself. And I told her mother what she was planning, and then my abusive ex was very happy with me. Why would I do that? I'm like, what are you talking about? You were going to hurt yourself, right? And just dead silence. Yeah. How about that, huh? I can't lose this I can't be the loser in this relationship. I can't. So yeah, I was watching Legal Eagle, and he was watching The Simpsons lines with Lionel Hutz, and he was saying that legitimately in law school, they will play Simpsons Lionel Hutz quotes because they're some of the funniest fucking lawyer jokes you can come up with. Well, we have hearsay and conjecture. Those are types of evidence. It's okay, and here's the thing. Here's the thing she said, and this is why when Will Smith said it, I was like, oh, fuck off, Will. My ex said, it's okay, love makes you do crazy things. Oh, I bet it does. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at this. It's just what's crazy to me is seeing the same moves, you know, from like people who are different people, but they're doing the same thing. Yeah, Will Smith said it. Man, sorry about that, guys. Love just makes you do crazy things. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people who murder their spouses say that. Fuck. Ooh. Oh, that's fine. This is why I don't normally talk about this shit, and I won't be talking much about it after this court case is over. Mostly because a lot of my old memories and old feelings are being dredged up by this court case. And I say this, it was a long time ago in my own way. I've kind of forgiven the person I had these issues with a long time ago. I don't know really what happened to them. I've heard that they kind of moved on with their life, and they actually did get professional help for some of their issues, I found out, through a mutual contact. And at that point, I went, if she got help for her issues, then fuck yeah. I was happy to hear that. I don't want her to stay miserable and unhappy forever. I want her to... Apparently, she went and got professional help, and I was so fucking happy to hear that shit because I don't want her to be tortured and punished for the rest of her goddamned life. I don't want that for somebody. I wouldn't want that for me. I wouldn't want that for her, but I want, you know, an acknowledgement of what you've done and then stop doing it and then move forward, knowing that and trying to avoid being like that and using your experience of being in that place to prevent others from going down that path. That, I think, is the responsibility of the person who is having the unhealthy behavior. It is now their responsibility to more or less go back and fight against other unhealthy behavior that led to where they're at, because in doing so, they can effectively bring about more change healthily through their experiences than just punish them forever. Punitive justice is kind of cringed. Oh, punitive justice is literally ego. It's just ego. Punitive justice is ego. That's all it is. It's all it is, in my opinion. I think a lot of it's performative. I think a lot of what you see on Twitter half the time is performative. People saying that they're upset or angry about something, yet not actually care about the issues that led to it. Only there for just the hoorah and the needling. Punitive justice is when you just keep punishing somebody afterwards. Punitive justice is like, okay, someone's released from, say someone went to jail for like dealing hard drugs. Punitive justice is them not being able to get any jobs, them being accused of being a drug dealer for the next 10 years of their life. Anytime they try and make something of themselves, people bring up that they once sold drugs and did something bad. That's punitive justice. That's just being petty, selfish, holier than thou, and a busybody. The equivalent of what you're doing on Twitter is the exact same as going to a prison and heckling and throwing shit at the people being released for good behavior. You're doing the same fucking thing, and you have the gall to say that you're a good person. At some point, justice becomes harassment, especially because here's I can give you a good example, and this is where it becomes cancel culture. Right there it does, is where you cancel out that person's journey because you just know so much better than them. No. You cancel out their journey because you know better than the person they are. You know them even though you've never met them before, spent any time with them before. You know them better than they know themselves. Okay. Great system. Be better. Be good. Be up to my standard. When you get there, I'll treat you like shit anyways. Bravo, guys. We've created a great system. Don't bleed into that. If you fuck up and apologize and acknowledge your errors and move on, what else are you supposed to do? If you acknowledge your error, you apologize, and you move forward knowing that and trying not to make those same mistakes again. And some people say that's not good enough, to which I say, then there's nothing good enough. One sassy Moogle, don't make mistakes. What if I did make a mistake? How do I recover? You don't. You just should never make a mistake ever, unlike me, who's judging you, who's never made a mistake. That's why I can't take some people who give people grief, like, after the fact, seriously. Sometimes I'm just like, no, guys, it's just, the problem solved. Now you just want to make noise. What is the point of being a better person if it doesn't matter? It is up to us as individuals to make it matter. So if someone does their due diligence and gets better, then they shouldn't be punished anymore. That should be incentivized, because if someone sees somebody who fucked up, be better, and then be not punished anymore, but not even rewarded necessarily, but just able to move on, that means people who fuck up like that are more likely to stop fucking up like that, because they feel like there is some amnesty at the end of it all. Because if there is no amnesty, then what is the fucking point of ever apologizing? And this is one thing I want to talk to my fellow liberals about all the time. If I can bang this home forward, this is the one thing we as liberals need to focus on, is not doing this shit anymore. Well, Hamley Tiger, the guy, here's the thing, the guy did all that horrible shit. If they treated him like garbage, then they would be the bad guy. The point of being the good guy is you have to be the better person in these situations. Otherwise, you're not a better person. You're just a shit. No, 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 I'm a good person. I'm bullying the person we don't like. No, you're not a good person then. You're bullying somebody. Yeah, but we don't like him. Oh, I didn't know you're allowed to dehumanize somebody you don't like. Oh, wait. Fucked up, awful people do that. Let's not do that, okay, guys? Am I making sense on this, guys? Am I making sense on this? I know I'm probably pissing off some people right now, and I know that. But I want you to know right now, guys, this is something I take very seriously. Because as I mentioned earlier today, that's one of the reasons why I think we have a lot of the issues we're having right now is because a lot of us get bogged down in this shit. Oh yeah, there are more people in prison doing prison labor than there were slaves in the slavery era of the United States. I'm going to say that again, guys. There are more people in the U.S. prison system providing cheap labor than there were ever slaves in the United States. I want you to think about that real quick. Isn't that wild, huh? What do you think of banging on about legal weed and shit like that? Because that's one of the ways these prison systems fill up the prisons with people of color, people of lower income, just because it's easy. It's fucking bullshit. Chibi Panicker, what did I just walk into? I don't know. Stick around a while and figure it out. But no, guys, what if I told you I'm going to have Heavenly Father at the bar? Yeah, that's right, everybody. I need to actually sit down and talk with Heavenly Father about that. Which would involve me answering DMs, which, oof. You're asking for a lot. Do you know there's more empty houses than homeless people? Oh yeah, totally. How about finding the iron teeth? Interesting. I don't know how I feel about them. Does wage slavery count? Are you kidding me? My favorite thing is people will be like, I think McDonald's workers need to be making $15 an hour, which isn't even accurate. They may make 24 now. $15 an hour. What about EMTs? They only make $16 an hour. They should be making $32 an hour. Well, nurses make $32 an hour. They should be making $64 an hour. See how this game works? Everyone should be making more fucking money. Okay? Also, I don't think medical school should charge. Why are we charging doctors why are we putting doctors in debt to become doctors when we need more of them? No, here's what happened. About 40 years ago, a bunch of old whites all sat together going, guys, what if we made people pay for the second half of school? That's genius. They all just start high-fiving each other, thinking they're geniuses. Oh, dear Pearl Galaxy, as a Canadian, I got free healthcare in my country because if they ever tried to take it away from us, we'd shut this country down because apparently everyone but Americans got cojones to protest. I'm sorry, Americans. Until such time as you shut shit down and get something you want, you can't claim to be the badasses anymore. It's okay. You got to earn it again, which is fine. But right now, all I'm saying is that the French show you up all the time. They tried to charge French people for bus tickets, and the French people shut their country down. They're trying to strip away over 50% of the people's rights in your country, and a bunch of guys going, oh man, we can't do anything about this. It's fucking nuts. I don't know how you Americans got so neutered. God. Oh, the French love protesting. It's their favorite thing to do. It's because here's the thing. A couple hundred years ago, the French they all got together and they had this big meeting. Hey, guys, life's awful. Why is that? Well, it's because we have no money and all the richest people have it. Well, will they give us the money? We keep asking for the money so we don't die and have homes and can live. And they keep telling us we need to stop being so loud and annoying. So they're not going to help us at all? No, they won't be helping us at all. Sacre bleu. Yeah. So what do? Should we just all go off to a ditch and die because they don't want to do anything? No. We're going to find every single one of them and kill them. And that is what the French did. Literally, you can take so much away from people, but once they have nothing left to lose, people become dangerous. That's just the way it works. Once people have nothing left to lose, they are dangerous. Yeah, that's what we did, lol. Yeah, like, dear Pearl Galaxy, you literally went into your king's castle, you dragged him and his whole family out, and you killed them all! Because they wouldn't get the fuck out of the way. Because the French people just want to be respected, and they're like, oh man, that means we would have to like do anything. God, we just really don't want to do anything. So can you just hurry up and die so you're not an inconvenience to us? What do you mean they're trying to kill us? Don't be shocked. Don't be awful. Hi, Sailor Tabby Cat. I don't think they make guillotines anymore. The last guillotining in France was like in the 70s, guys. I saw someone say, why do you want to work for this job? Because the money you're offering me for what I would have to do wouldn't improve my life at all. What's wrong with thinking that, right? Y'all deserve to make more money than you make, guys. Every last one of you in chat here deserves to make more money than you actually make. You do. Didn't the people bring out a guillotine to remind the French government? Oh yeah, they do that all the time. That every now and then when every now and then the French will just whip out a guillotine to remind all the French leaders what happened last time that the French leaders forgot that they're serving their people. All right, we'll get in trouble. Did you know that the German parliament is actually below ground? You can look it up. It's actually really pretty looking. It is a building that is actually underground. And they actually have the street, the above them is an actual glass ceiling that has people walking along it. No joke. And the reason why it was designed that way, because no matter what, the people of Germany are always above the parliament. And I went, wow, that's nuanced as fuck, actually. Okay. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing was how they called all these workers essential workers, and then they stopped calling essential workers because when essential workers were called that, then they were starting to demand things that actual essential workers would require, which they are essential workers, you know, which is respect, money, and ability to pay down their bills. You know, all these things that the richest of us are going like, whoa, that means my numbers might not be as high, and if my numbers aren't as high as they can be, then I lose capitalism. And I get floated out to the ocean or something? I don't know. Thank you, Miss Moodified. I'm doing okay. I'm just bitching about everything right now. I'm just bitching about... This week has been such a mind fuck for me because I've seen so many different people complaining about so many different things, and I've never seen such a harder juxtaposition of people kind of missing the point. Ooh. Lazy Lizard Man. Now, I don't think you're lazy, Lizard Man, at all. Far from it, as a matter of fact. I think you're quite energetic, full of energy even. Lazy Lizard Man, I can't even call you that. I'm just you're a crazy Lizard Man. There we go. Well, here's the thing. I, as somebody who runs a business, has a store, is an entertainer who busks for money, when you guys give donations like you just did, like that's what I do for, you know, a living and stuff like that. And so I'm partially a capitalist, but certain things shouldn't be about making money, like healthcare. Not everything has to be about fucking profit. There's this idea that, well, it's not making money. Who gives a shit? Not everything always has to make money. Some shit costs money. That's okay. There's this idea that everything has to post a profit, and then they'll take a public service, and then they'll privatize it and go, oh, look at all this money we're making. Yes, all this shit that didn't cost money, that suddenly costs money. There you fucking go. Magically, you're making money. God, what geniuses you are. How'd you crack this code? Fuck. Ninja of the Night 99, thank you so much. Another month with an amazing VTuber daddy. Derek Anthony VTuber, I don't mind the protests here, but almost every one of them, some moron gets involved and then turns into a riot that destroys innocent people's lives. Like for our downtown area that's still boarded up for the 2020 riots. Derek Anthony, I'm gonna tell you right now, that riot is the voice of the unheard, man. And that's just gonna happen every time, you get video of a black man being murdered for 9 minutes straight. I was at the dog park a few months back. Winter. I'm walking with these two guys with my dog. Fine conversation. Whole conversation was great for like a good half hour, right? Good half hour. We're just having a good conversation. Talking about police radios and shit like that. Now, my out of character. My mom's a retired Canadian police officer. Okay, retired. Different from America. When I brought up, he brought up some stuff about how American police, he said it in a positive light, and I went, well, you can't really say that shit's positive when, like, they always turn off their cameras right before something questionable happens, thus making it entirely sus. And I'm like, it's not shocking. And then he talked about the riots and saying how it was unacceptable. I'm like, yeah, man, but I mean, like, how are people supposed to react when they see somebody who looks just like them be murdered slowly for 9 minutes straight? And one of the guys looked at me, oh, so you believe that? And I looked at him and I went, ew, what the fuck, dude? And I just went, ew, gross, get the fuck away from, I said, get the fuck away from me, dude, the fuck? And I said over my shoulder as I was walking away from the dude, 9 minutes straight video of a man being murdered. And I said this, but sure, that was all fake. I could not believe this. I'm like, wow, really, huh, dude? I'm like, ew, gross, get the fuck away from me. We were having a good conversation. We're great until you said that a guy dying was not real. The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Dude, literally, I'm like, dude, I can watch the video again. The dude is dead. He's being murdered slowly by the cop who's literally just killing somebody because he wants to, because he feels strong to do it. Hi, Victoria. How's it going? I feel what you're saying about not holding a grudge and forgiving, but how does one judge if someone has done their due diligence? Because this is honestly something I have a hard time figuring out, especially when it's not about doing, but about not doing. Well, Ungrim, is it directly related to you? You gotta ask yourself, is it directly related to you? Is it directly related to your friends? Or is it none of your fucking business eventually? Now, at what point does it become none of your fucking business? And at what point is harping on long dead and buried issues, at what point does it become fucking harassment? And at what point does it become ableism? Because the part of the recovery process for trauma, for both victims and abusers, is moving on. And there is an absolute epidemic of refusing to let people move on going on in this country, in North America. No, Dave Chappelle's bit about George Floyd was absolutely accurate. And one of the few things Dave Chappelle said that I don't have issue with. And Venn diagram of moon landing conspiracy people and those who can't believe video evidence is just a circle. It's nuts to me. You'll believe this thing. It's like, I can show you, this guy was shown a video of 9 minutes straight of a police officer murdering somebody, and he was convicted of murder. And the guy going, well, that's not real. I'm like, what do you mean it's not real? Like, literally, they have him on video doing it for 9 minutes straight. I'm gonna tell you right now, in the entirety of my knowing of police officers, I have never once in my life seen a police officer do that. But I'm Canadian though, so it's a bit different. That's what $35K a year gets you, folks.
Oh, good. Rocky road.
I'll wait till you find out what the average American police officer a state trooper makes. It's once you find that out, you won't be shocked why it is the way it is. Got all the money in the world for tanks and all this crazy crap they give them, but no money for actual paychecks. When it's personal and you want to let it go, but the other person doesn't seem to change, neither for the better or for the worse. Well, Ungrim, in the end, you gotta remember, you hating somebody is if they don't even know or care about you, you hating them is a strictly personal thing. Hating somebody else is like trying to hold on to a hot ember in your hand and hoping the other person catches on fire. That's what hating on somebody else. If they haven't improved and they're still being awful, then okay, you can't control what another person does. If you try to control what another person does, that you're either being a parent or a slaver. It's kind of either or on that one. And I think a lot of people can testify to this. How many people have had breakups where the other partner have had toxic breakups, where the person that you broke up with wasn't ready to break up with you? They're not going to break up with you. No, they're still going to work on this, and they're not ready to let go of this relation. They're not ready to let go of you moving on and dating somebody else. They're not ready for that. Right? Are they allowed to hold you to that standard of what they feel comfortable with, or does it not fucking matter anymore because it has nothing to do with you? It's that one. No, you're not allowed moving on until I'm allowed to move on. That's not how it ever works for anybody. That's not how the real world works at all. I know that sucks, but it's like, no, you just... This is, we're playing a Banished-inspired game, guys, because we're now a couple years out from we're about 10 years after Banished came out, guys. And now what we have is only what I can call a Banished-inspired genre of city builders. And this one really adds a lot of fun to it, because it adds the vertical building, which is one of my favorite things to do, and the water effect, too. There was this comedian who talked about it. He's like, you know what the worst part about a breakup is? Is when you're the breakup-er, is oftentimes the breakup-e won't be ready for you to leave. And they will make that your business even though it's over. And if you don't acknowledge that, you're an asshole. And he said this as a comedian. What I really wish my ex would know is that sometimes I want her to die. Because I didn't want to deal with all her emotional crap after the relationship was over. I mean, she was fine, it just didn't work out, but I wasn't able to move on because her emotions weren't able to accept this reality, and that feels really unfair to me. And I'm like, yeah, because it is unfair to you. I forget what comedian said this shit, but it was really poignant, and I'm like, damn, dude. I'm not ready to move on. You can't move on until I'm ready to move on. No, that's not how it works. Trust me, I wish that was the case. I really do, but it is unfortunately not. Oh, this is going to be fun. So here's the fun thing, guys. I'm creating these little lake areas with this. So pretty much you put water into these, and it pumps out the water eventually. Minty Koi, I have a question. Something about being when people get canceled. Now hold on, Minty Koi. That first of all, that's the how do you define cancel? I think for me, canceling is a different thing. I think a lot of people misinterpret cancel culture for getting caught. Well, people caught in the act, they're not being canceled. They're being stopped. It's different. Like Matt Gaetz, the guy who, like, fucks all those kids and shit. He says he's being canceled. No, he was caught doing what he did. He's not being canceled for what he did. This isn't like he did this 20 years ago or some shit. He just did this. Think a relation can ever come back from infidelity? That comes down to each individual people. I don't know, and I don't want to speak to it because that's kind of like that. I think cancel culture exists is when you completely ignore who the person is right now for who they used to be, and it cancels out that person's journey. Does that make sense? You know, like let's say we got a guy who fucked up. Say girl. Let's go. Let's switch gender. There's a girl who fucked up. A bi girl. She's in her 20s, trying to figure out her emotions, and she did a bunch of shit she fucked up with emotionally because she wasn't ready in her early 20s, and she made a bunch of fucking mistakes. 10 years go by. One of the people from her past is a bitter, angry fucking person and digs up all this shit, even though it's been 10 years, and that person doesn't do that shit anymore. So now that person, in bad faith, is bringing up something that's dead and buried from 10 years prior, even though everyone's moved on in their life. That's cancel culture, in my opinion, because now you're trying to cancel out the journey that person went on since their worst moment. You're going, oh, that doesn't matter, because now, since you made a mistake, you're always awful. That's not how it works. At all. And Twitter has reinforced that toxic mindset, in my opinion. Oh yeah, Twitter's completely enabled that shit. To the point where people saying they're offended or taking offense to shit, it's 9 times out of 10 performative. Because the people who claim to take offense to all this shit don't actually show up for the things they actually claim to care about. Madbits, thank you. It is in a lot of ways. I'm about to get in trouble for this one. Buckle up, everybody. Let me walk through this one very slowly, okay? There is a similar energy that is given off from people who act like that. In the same way that people who are protesting outside of abortion clinics are shaming people for getting abortions, but in no way help out with childcare, babysitting, adopting kids. In no way do they do anything that actually helps. But they're just there for the shaming part. They're just there for that part. That's why I don't think those people protesting outside of abortion things give a shit. They just found someone that's fun to judge and feel better than, in the same manner that those people, in a lot of ways on Twitter, behave that way. It is a similar energy for different reasons, but a similar energy. They don't actually help with adopting kids or any of that. They don't care. They're just there for the shaming. So who gives a shit what they have to say? They're scum of the earth. They don't actually care. They just found someone they can bully and feel holier than thou. And the one thing that kills me is we as liberals think that we're above that. And we're not. We do it all the time. So, yeah. There we go. And now we got actual actual right-wingers saying that being gay is some of the most awful shit now. They're just full-on trying to scapegoat gay people now by saying all the most worst shit possible. And it's getting really bad. And some people are still banging on about their personal slights. The selfishness at this point is insane. As someone who's worked retail, I can confirm about the shadow of a doubt that the worst people I've had to help were people that showed up after they had their Sunday, Wednesday church service, and double standards is insane. Of course they are, because the problem with church is church and Christianity is about atonement. A lot of Christianity is about you fucked up and now you're sorry. All right, so a lot of it's about atonement and shit like that, but at the same token, people think that you just go and apologize, you get a free pass for shit and can continue being awful. And that's the problem. Bad actors will use that shit. All right. If everyone ever brings up that, well, ask someone whoever acts like this and acts against anyone ever acts out against trans people, gay people for no reason, just ask them, when did you choose to be straight? Since they seem to think you can choose to be straight, ask them when they did. Ask them how much gay shit they did before they chose to be straight. Oh, I've always been straight. Oh, is that how it works? I thought you chose to be gay or straight. I thought that's how it worked. I didn't know. Some people are just born that way. Oh, then you're making a big mistake going after gay people and trans people because you can just be born that way. No, I was born that way. They were born wrong because they made. I'm like, you know how fucking stupid you sound. These logical fucking these logical. These are logical traps. They sound ridiculous because it is ridiculous. Because shit's always changing. Shit is we didn't have the internet in 94. We didn't have the internet in 94, chat. People fear what they don't understand. Exactly. I have been a Pacific Northwest Canadian all my life. Okay? Pacific Northwest Canadian. My whole life, I was used, and this is true, I was used to seeing, this was the makeup, this was the makeup of the population of people I grew up around. Christian whites, Native Americans, Southeast Asians. That was kind of it. That was kind of it. That was really it for most of my upbringing. That is what I grew up around as a rural West Coast Canadian. You know, that's what I grew up around, right? So when I actually traveled, once Dragon Ball Z Abridged took off for me, which was very fortunate, I got to travel to Detroit, to the United States for the first time ever. And this is like my third trip to the United States. And I was emotional going there, and the first thing I realized, Sailor, you have a good day. Thank you so much for the 500 bits, and I hope the writing goes well. When I landed in Detroit, and after about a day in Detroit, I went, I have never in my life seen this many black people, and that was exactly a Pacific West Coast Canadian. That's not the makeup of that area, you know. And went there, and I got to meet so many people of different walks of life, and that's the big thing. If people actually meet people, they're less judgmental, and that's just how it is. And I learned so much traveling and meeting so many different people. You know, I was raised hyper right-wing. I really was. And as I grow up and as I travel around, I became less because I met people, you know? I met them. There's a problem of people not meeting each other, you know what I mean? I hope that didn't sound ignorant, guys. I really hope that didn't sound ignorant there. You gotta know, as a Canadian, I wasn't used to seeing that. Everyone lives a different life, you know? Actually, that's why I went back to school, to be able to travel with my kids and allow them to experience different cultures and meet different people. In fact, they're just going to be more intelligent because they're going to have more nuance, and they're going to have been able to see all these different things. I'm not a wellspring of knowledge and wisdom. I've been through AA. I didn't complete the AA program in that it wasn't required of me, but I've been to AA meetings, and I mean this. Once you've seen grown-ass men in their 60s crying, it fucks your head up, guys. It makes you realize that most people are just are just looking for validation. Remember in an AA meeting, there was an old guy. I'm not going to say their names or anything like that. He was giving a speech and he just started crying because in the end, like, his alcohol abuse, his kids don't ever want to talk to him again, even though he's been sober for like 10 years. Because of how bad the damage was done while he was on alcohol abuse, they never want to talk to him again, and it will always break his heart. But he accepts that reality. And this guy was just crying because he misses the family he can't have anymore. And 10 years of AA, staying sober for 10 years, even though he's not being, quote unquote rewarded for it. And I'm like, most people just seek out that validation, and I think we should be offering what we seek. Otherwise, we're hypocrites. If we want to extend and offer forgiveness and understand, if we want forgiveness and understanding and we don't offer it in tone, what are we? What are we then? Thank you for watching this game, guys. A miserable pile of secrets. Wow, you guys all got on that one immediately. Yeah. And this I'm not gonna lie, I love working with. I'm not gonna lie, it's interesting working with these guys. The breeding pause is throwing me, man. I think the biggest ignorance, people unable to admit they were ignorant and had made a mistake, or they need to take a stance like the cops, despite the evidence showing that they are wrong right in front of their face. I think the current major trial truly shows this. You know what's killing, dude? The Blue Lives Matter shit just made me cringe so much, because I'm a police officer's son. I grew up around cops, and I'm going to tell you right now, not a single one of them was born with a badge. Because black people don't really get to choose to be black when they're born. They're born black. Police aren't born police. They're just some people who then chose that job. Okay? Babies aren't born blue and they, have to be cops only. Okay? I'm the same way, Talk. My dad's a retired cop. See, me and Vex got retired police officers, so we grew up around police officers. And even we can objectively tell you right now, United States policing is so fucking gross. And it is so obviously racist. Also a cop kidding. Yeah, I feel the exact same way. My mother chose her profession. Okay? Black people don't choose to be black. They're born that way. Okay? So when they try to have... When I saw The Undertaker wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt, all I wanted to do was slap him across the face, because that is insulting to my mother. My mom chose that job. And every night when she was late coming from home, I was worried something happened. So my whole childhood, I got to be worried about that shit all the fucking time. I didn't blame the criminals. I didn't even blame my mom. That was the job she chose. That was her choice. Black people didn't get to make that choice. So when people try to make the equivalency, it is so stupid. Yeah. If you learned anything from my ignorance tonight, folks... Welcome to the Bill Burr practice set, everybody. Hey, Makari, how's it going? My goal is to make my mom watch the Simpsons my goal is to make my mom watch the South Park police episodes to see if she laughs. Because here's the thing. My mom's retired and everything. Last summer, I got her to sit down and watch Hot Fuzz. And I want you to know that was a very magical experience. That was so much fun to watch... Have my retired cop mom watch Hot Fuzz. Oh my god, was that a wild ride. One of my favorite movies. Makari, thank you so much for the 8 months of support. The Cornetto is possibly the only good thing to come out of English comedy. Oh, there's lots of great English comedy out there. Some of it's dated because a lot of it was outrageous. But I will say Hot Fuzz is my second favorite movie of all time. And you know what joke made her laugh the hardest? Actually, a couple jokes got her. The funniest thing was the joke that she really loved, the joke where they were talking to that one guy in the old country. He says this. Tell him he needs to not do that. Yeah, that shit. My mom told me I had a lot of calls like that. The old guy with the gun who couldn't talk. She's like, oh yeah, had a lot of calls like that. Had a lot of calls like that. Guy would just be there with his gun at the end of his thing. I'm like, my mom was a rural cop. So she grew up with a lot of that stuff. And she was laughing her ass off at some of these police things. Like, the whole pad thing is true, too. You can just make people nervous by them just writing down. It's true. My mom laughed her ass off at the YARP joke. Is it done? YARP? Good. My mom was laughing so hard she was coughing. She was coughing. She was coughing at me. She was laughing so hard she was coughing. It was at the YARP joke. It broke her. It just got her so... YARP. YARP? Good. My mom, the twist at the end got my mom. She was like, I did not expect that, but it makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, it's a good movie. Is he alive? Narp. Good. Shaun of the Dead is, I think, pretty good, but I think Hot Fuzz is the better movie. Hot Fuzz is a complete parody of action movies. That's why it's a great movie. It's a great movie that is a parody of action movies. Shaun of the Dead is a brilliant comedy. And I think At World's End, oh God, it unfortunately is the least. I think it's better than Shaun of the Dead, but I acknowledge that Shaun of the Dead is a more well-received and overall a better movie. I personally think that At World's End was a very deep movie and people didn't really get it because, and this is the crazy thing, is they had to go to 12 bars and there's 12 steps in a recovery program. And Simon Pegg's character was there to kill himself. Simon Pegg literally had the intake wristband on. He was admitted to the hospital for probably trying to kill himself. And he was doing one last hurrah to die. He literally had he lied to all his friends to have just complete that thing that he's stuck on and he can't move past as an alcoholic. And each of the bars they went to were a representation of the 12-step program of recovery. The 12 steps never click. I know the RX. It's why I think the movie's really good, but I acknowledge that Shaun of the Dead was a better I think it was a better movie overall for people. Suicidal drunk versus the gentrification aliens. Well, the thing is, they said they did the alien thing in the third movie with all the weirdness from all the townsfolk, because that's the feeling you get when you go back home after leaving to the big city, after coming back after about 10 years. You feel like a stranger in your own town. Which is a true feeling. That's what they went for At World's End. I love At World's End, and I will make people watch that if I can. All three Cornetto movies are good for different reasons. I still think Hot Fuzz is the best of them all. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to rewatch it, remember the 12 steps, because don't forget, the last one is acceptance. Bussy Fajitas. That's an absolute W. Or is that a V? Thank you so much for the 4 months. Here's the thing, guys. The guy who made those movies, Edgar Wright, one of my favorite directors. He made, oh God, Jesus, how am I forgetting its name? Scott Pilgrim and shit, right? This guy, he makes, guess what his next movie is? According to Wikipedia. His next movie is a remake, everybody. Edgar Wright's next movie is a remake. And guess what movie he's remaking? Running Man. Running Man. The Running Man. So, hold on, everybody. No. The Running Man was a cheap movie with a fantastic concept, with some of the most iconic Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes, featuring giant wrestlers like gladiators. Edgar Wright, the guy who made Hot Fuzz, At World's End, Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, that guy is directing The Running Man. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I am there day one, because that is a hell of a fucking great movie. I like The Running Man. It's a guilty pleasure movie. It's bad. It is a bad movie because they clearly have no budget and they spent it all on Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's got Jesse Ventura literally as John Cena in that movie. It's fucking crazy, and I hope they do the same thing. I hope he casts a bunch of wrestlers playing those dudes. Oh, he better never touch Starship Troopers. The first Starship Troopers movie is a masterpiece of parody. The first Starship Troopers movie is literally meant to be a movie in their universe for propaganda. Literally, Neil Patrick Harris becomes an SS officer, and that is cheered in that movie. That movie's fucking hilarious. Also, gritty, but that's also the director. Starship Troopers, the first movie, is a glorious movie, and it literally was too smart. Because everyone forgets that shit was meant to be a parody movie in universe, which is why, guys, this is meant to be a propaganda movie in their own canonical universe, and you think that's not true. It is. With all the I'm doing my part in the middle of the movie, it randomly cuts to these PSAs about why you need to be a citizen. It is literally a parody. It is literally a propaganda movie in their universe. It's literally a propaganda movie in their universe. I'm doing my part in the middle of a movie, in the middle of a narrative. They'll just cut to, here's what we got to do to kill a bug. The only good bug is a dead bug. It's all propaganda. It's so brilliant. Do you want to learn more? Do you want to learn more? Do you want to be a person or a citizen? That's fascist propaganda. All this. It's so different from the book, which is interesting. Well, the thing is, he read the book and said he felt like he couldn't do that justice, but he could do a movie for that universe, and that's the direction he wanted to take it. Do I want to breed? I'm streaming. Right down to the teacher being a war vet. Don't worry, y'all. Dude, Hemily Tiger, you know what's hilarious? You know what's hilarious about that? That's literally meant to be propaganda. So you know what they showed you in that movie? That all soldiers are hot and take showers with each other naked and have sex all the time. They literally... They whitewashed Rico to being white. It's the perfect propaganda movie in every way. Literally, they were telling you in the movie that if you join the military, lots of hot women are gonna want to fuck you and they'll all fight over you. That is the plot they're telling you. They are telling you in Starship Troopers that if you join the army, that you'll have a pilot girlfriend, an army girlfriend who's forever in love with you, who'll join the military with you. They literally sell an isekai journey for Rico in the Starship Troopers movie. It is a propaganda movie in every way. They're telling soldiers that if you join the military, you'll get laid. Oh, it's so great. That's why I love that movie. Infantry may be the man I am today. They have little snippets of an actual movie every now and then. Well, Starship Troopers is meant to be kind of cheesy like that, but the thing is, it's still the director who made Total Recall, and that guy loves his viscera. That guy, his movies, RoboCop, Total Recall, Starship Troopers, that guy loves his viscera. He loves gunshot effects. And he honestly didn't break the cardinal rule of filmmaking either, which is crazy for a late 90s film. He put all the CGI in the distance and all the practical effects close up, more or less. Literally, Neil Patrick Harris becomes a psychic SS officer and is praised for it in the movie. Yeah. Oh, the practical effects in that movie is what makes it so great. NPH! Neil Patrick Harris, baby. Remember the last bit of Starship Troopers? And if you think I'm full of shit on this, remember Neil Patrick Harris goes up to the leader of one of the leaders of the bugs. It's afraid! They're afraid! Hooray! And everyone cheers. What? What? Why is that a good thing? And everyone, yay! I'm like, oh my god, you guys don't get what they just did. That's not a good thing. And by the way, right at the beginning, they spoil it by saying all this happened because humans tried encroaching on their territory. And I'm like, this is all being a defensive action. They even said the Mormons went to, they tried to make something on a bug planet and just pissed off all the bugs. I'm from Buenos Aires, this white dude. I'm from Buenos Aires and I say kill them all! Well, because the sequels tried to like not do what the movie did, and I'm like, no, you got to get even more crazy with the lambastic plot. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh God. Oh. Not much to look at after you scrape them off your boot. You're my second in charge, unless I find somebody better or you die. What happened to the last guy? He died. It's a Lance Emmerich film. It's like very stylized. I'm glad we can talk about Starship Troopers, guys. I'm happy we can talk about this movie. Something happened to him. Something got inside his head and sucked out his brains. The best part is that the author of the book is unironically pro-fascist, so they made the movie from the perspective of a fascist while absolutely roasting them at the same time. That's why Starship Troopers is unfortunately, it looks like a stupid movie that's really smart. And a lot of people didn't understand it when it came out, but as the years go on, everyone's really well aware of how fucking smart that movie was. Like, really ingenious, actually. If you join the military, you're gonna have lots of sex. Oh, fucking funny. Hello, Taka. How are you doing today? I am doing okay. I'm gonna try and grab some metal here for the first time ever. Watch this, guys. Look at this. Boom. The biggest mistake of the sequel movies to Starship Troopers is they didn't go further into the whole in-universe movies. They should have just kept with that motif. Let the books be the books, let the movies be the movies, have them be entirely different, hitting different things, like the movies themselves are from the books. Like, this is something Rico would go watch in the actual book. Hell, Rico, the way the movies are designed is it's like Rico watched this movie and went and joined. We're gonna scavenge some metal here, guys. This is neat. I've never done metal scavenging before. Man. I mean, when you gotta make a sequel to a Lance Emmerich film, it's just gonna be difficult. The guy's so stylized. I mean, he made Total Recall. He made, like, RoboCop. He made... God, Total Recall's a smart movie. I know it's a dumb action movie at the same time, but it's actually a really shockingly good film about reality and shit. Because people ask the question, was it an illusion or not? And it's like, I don't know. And that's exactly it. Well, his movies aren't dumb. There's a point to all of Lance Emmerich's films. That's the thing. It's just a lot of people don't get what he was going for, which is just a shame. So I had one, the one with Arnie? Oh, hell yeah. It's an ingenious film concept. That's me, who likes that stuff. Alright, we have another... Ooh, we got another... Okay, we gotta... I think we gotta build more of these. So now we gotta go down here. Gotta get rid of these trees. The one with Arnie is better than the one in the remake. Oh, the one with Arnie's fantastic. It's because Lance Emmerich just makes good films. Horkalex, it's true, but I mean, in the end, would anyone have been able to make a movie that lives up to that book, or was it better to make a parody movie like for that? Because I feel like it almost furthers the commentary with Lance Emmerich. I feel like the commentary is completely furthered by him doing the movie that way, but that's me. That's me though. I haven't seen Dr. Strongy yet, but I heard it's a lot of fun. No spoilers. Michael Ironside should have been... He should have just used his actual actor name instead of the name of the character he was in there. His actual actor name is Michael Ironside. Why do you need another name? Where you are Michael Ironside. Oh, here we go. What we got? Let's go, baby. Here we go. Oh, some books just don't work as movies, you know. That's why they call it adaptive works. You know what I mean? That's why when people get all mad that the movies aren't like the comic books, I'm like, good. Half the time the comic books are absolute dog shit. Like I actually a couple weeks ago I asked the question in chat. What is the good prequel? And people couldn't think of one. I actually did think of one. X-Men Days of Future Past. Yeah. Not only is it one of my favorite prequel movies, it's one of the most comic book movies because it is literally retconning out shitty plots. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Like it, yeah. Yeah. Days of Future Past, one of the best prequel movies to exist, and it's a very much a comic book film. So much so a comic book film is literally retconning out a shitty plot lines. What's more comic book than retconning out a shitty plot line? There's nothing more comic book than retconning out garbage. Oh my god, the movie Annihilation was almost a good movie. I was so excited to watch Annihilation, and then I watched it and I went, I feel like there was 30 minutes missing from this movie in the middle. Can someone tell the director that good directing isn't just doing slow-mo 60 FPS shots of leaves with light going through and is like, you know, showing a story that I'm invested in? I feel like I'm watching the 3rd season of fucking Hannibal over here. Monster University is pretty good too. Like Annihilation was really cool, and I went, "What is this?" They really sold it. It was so cerebral, but to the point where it was confusing. Okay, so now we're trying to chop down all these trees over here. I'm watching this movie and everyone says it's good, and I'm like, just having shit be slow-mo and taking way too long to get to the point doesn't make a movie good. Just because the guy knows how to do a filter and knows how to keep a steady shot does not mean it's a good film, guys. The amount of films I've watched that are said to be good and half the film is just slow-mo placement shots because all the director knows how to do is how to work a camera and not write dialogue that's believable. And people go, it's really good. I'm like, yeah, it's really not. It's really mid. Good cameraman, though. It's like, okay, so the movie I'm about to criticize is a good film and got a lot of acclaim, and rightfully so, because it did a lot of really cool things. I didn't like it because it took too long for those things to happen. Because in my opinion, pacing is an important part of a story. I watched the movie Mandy, and I did not like it. I didn't care for Mandy because it took too long to get to the part I liked. Too much slow-mo. Get to the point, dude. Stop taking your fucking time in all these scenes. It's not adding to anything. It's just dragging out my interest. I don't care. And Ice Kieria, thank you so much for the 7 months of support. What I think of Aragon, I mean, Star Wars is a pretty good film. I liked it when it was in the future, though. I haven't seen Blade Runner 2049 yet, mostly because I'll wait for it to be free on one of the streaming services. But also, I really... who plays the lead dude in that movie? And Blade Runner. Who is it? It's... what's his face? I always forget. Ryan Gosling. I don't like Ryan Gosling. I don't like Ryan Gosling. Ever since someone pointed out to me that he doesn't do anything that makes him not cool. And I went, oh my god, you're right. Ryan Gosling only does roles where he's sexy or cool. He refuses to do anything else. He never makes a clown of himself. He never makes fun of himself. And for that reason, I don't care for him now. Ever since that was pointed out to me, I'm like, I don't like him now. Batista was in the new Blade Runner. Oh, was Ryan Gosling in The Nice Guys? Was he? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he actually is in some comedy movies. Yeah, that's the thing, Heavenly Father. It feels like he's always just being like the sexy Ryan Gosling, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit about this dude. So what's his character? He's hot and doesn't say anything too inoffensive? That's not even human. The Nice Guys. Ah, not the other guys. The other guys was a comedy. But here's the thing. I don't think Ryan Gosling's ever really been in a comedy. You know? Yeah. I mean, fair point. It's just you know, if I want to see someone act cool and just act like himself, I mean, there's a lot of actors out there I can watch. Just Ryan's not really interesting. He just feels like a pretty boy, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. Tempest Oblitus. Aragon wasn't a Star Wars movie. It literally featured the same line, I am your father, from the evil bad guy worshipping an emperor after he has to go find a master of the old dragon Power's Way, which gives you the power to move shit just like the Force. He goes on to find that old guy to teach him. The old guy dies right as they're about to head to the good guy base to go stop the bad guys who are about to attack. It's Star Wars. Book was better, but was it still Star Wars? Harry Potter is Star Wars too. You know what my favorite part was? Is like about book 6 when she realized she needed a plot, so just created... So there's these secret MacGuffins that have been everywhere. And Dumbledore was gay the whole time. You gonna show him being outwardly gay in any way to help representation? No, I'm not gonna do that because that might give me negative flack. So I'll just say he was at the end to just seem like I'm progressive. Because at this point, it's all performative. Speaking of Star Wars, I have not seen Star Wars movies since the Luke Skywalker days. Yeah, it's fine. Not missing much. Watch The Mandalorian Season 1. It's fun. We don't even have to get to her being a turf. We can just call her lazy because she's just lazy progressive. Because it was like, yeah, he was gay the whole time. Why didn't you just show that? Oh, because that would take actually commitment to something that might give me negative flack, and I'm a chicken shit, so that's not happening. Harry Potter is British Naruto. How dare you, Orkin Beans, say something so accurate? Are you saying that Naruto is Japanese Harry Potter? Because that's also accurate. Thank you all for joining me. We're coming up on 2 hours here. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going here. I might have to step out for a bit. Just because I want to prep for the stream later tonight, but I'm glad you guys have been enjoying this. We can keep vibing for a bit. Rebels is okay, a bit childish, unfortunately. They're not showing any of the gore and guts that they should be. I like the plot of Star Wars Rebels. Because it was more of a kid's show, I struggled to get into it, even though there's some really cool story shit happens in it. Does that make Ron Sasuke? No, that's Draco Malfoy. Right down to Orochimaru being a snake. Tucker9012, thank you so much. D&D stream at a time? No, it's Friday night, so we have Friday night, the Weary 101, as we always do. We have... So how are we swinging on by the bar today? Yes. Wait a minute. There we are. There tonight. It's because they can't... It's because they can't show people dying on screen, because then they have to bump up the rating, and then they can't get the advertisers to advertise the toys on it. And this is something that everyone needs to remember with this shit. But they're putting it on a streaming service. Why would they worry about that? Because they're planning on putting it on TV as well, too, and put ads beside it. They're preparing for that. Stephanie Swan Quills, thank you so much for the raid. Listen, if there's ever been a villain character in Naruto who's gender fluid, it's Orochimaru. It's almost unbelievable what we got going on here, folks. We must build more breeding pods. It's why when people get all mad about like He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all these old IPs about how the shows used to be, all I can think is, guys, those were just made to sell toys. There was nothing really... Breeding halted! That's not good. We gotta get back to breeding. Which one? What do you got in your pants? Snakes. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. So we got a bunch of scrap metal here. This is dope. So look at this. We can build a smelter too. Helter smelter. Paper mill, printing press, tapper shack, wood workshop. Yeah. Distribution post. What do I go with here? Let's do a shrine, actually. Alright, so we're gonna get some religion here, guys. It's me in the spotlight. Losing my religion. Someone say snakes in pants? No, no Vex. No Vex. What if, like, the secrets of Dumbledore was just him having hardcore gay sex on screen for, like, an hour and a half straight? Would it make more money than it has? There's a snake in my boot. I searched snakes and pants and breeding. It was like the bat signal for me. Ah, that's fair. That's fair, Vex. That's fair. I do appreciate when you slide into my stream back. Okay, I don't recoil what you're talking about. Is lumberjacking more American or Canadian? I mean, all guys do it. Unique to this faction, employs miners who extract scrap metal from underground ruins. Innovative design maximizes mining speed. Ooh. Oh man, we need more We need... Okay. Large warehouse. Okay, we got these large warehouses now here too, so let's just quickly... Where do I want to put you? Right there. That'll be good. Also, this one is interesting about this one. This thing, in the other beavers, the first ones I did, they can only go I'd say 2 levels down for the deep water pumps, but this one can go 6 levels down. So this pump allows me to go way deeper. You know, and if you can get a deeper pump going on, that's just more satisfying for everybody, really, right? Wait. Alright, so we got all those logs, but we still need planks! And we also got to get these, ooh. Gotta get that grist mill up and running, too. A grist mill? Yeah, I said it, a grist mill. And now we're gonna build this. This is gonna be fucking hilarious. Watch this, guys. Have fun, everybody. Oh, yeah. Yo, 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 pop a 40 and check your rollies. It's crime time. That's a reference to something, guys. You might not know it. It's okay. It's all about breeding more beavers. It's just about, there's no particular goal. It's just build a city. And as you build it bigger and bigger, you know, you just need more space. So that's just the way, like, as you're solving problems, you're creating more. That's the way this works. It's like a plate spinning game, essentially, you know? Yeah, plate spinning. And now we're gonna go over here. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. So later tonight, we're going to have Sorry Swing by the Bar. Thank you for those who are going to check it out. And thank you for those who maybe been on the fence about Sorry for giving it a shot. This is one of those moments where this is, you know, I've always banged on about, like, you know, people make some active change, then you know, it should be incentivized. And, I mean, Sorry we had some stuff come up a couple months ago, and, you know, she apologized, is trying to move on, and it's like, so I, you know, wanted to have her on the show because that's, you know, practicing what I preach, right? So, if you're gonna check it out, I appreciate it. If not, okay. Stream's been okay, though, Juzo. Thank you for swinging on by. No recipe selected. Ah, excellent. I need this recipe, which is wheat flour. Thank you. God, more jobs. More. I've too many people dying of old age right now in this city. Yep, exactly why I'm glad I keep coming to the Weary. Thank you, Benjamin Oscar. It's been around 4 to 5 o'clock, and it should be about 2-ish hours. We'll see what happens here. If I preached everything I preached about if people, you know, own up to shit and they're ready to move on, they should be incentivized. If I preached all this shit and would refuse to have Sorry on because of old drama, what does that say about me? Right? So, thank you for understanding. Stephanie, thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. the houses for these guys are interesting because each of these houses holds like 10 people, right? But then the half ones, which are like one whole rank taller, can hold 5. 3 by 3. It's so like it's 3 vertical, 3 height, 1 width. They kind of look like the barracks at local works for dockers. Exactly. They're called barracks in this game. It's probably going to be a religious faction, too. Actually, they're all religious. They all have temples and shit, but, you know. Uh-huh. You're gonna try and build another skyscraper out of houses? Nah, not yet. I need a lot more wood for that. Any VTubers you like to have in the Weary 101? You haven't yet? Oh, so many people. I won't even bother saying them right now, huh? Makes sense, as some huge docks will have tall stacks of barracks put up for workers there to house folks spending a long time on buildings of an oil rig. Yeah, they don't need a home. They just need a place to sleep with a locked door on it. That's it, and a place to shower. The people don't need a lot. Some people don't want a home. Some people actually like living. They just want to be able to get their, you know, clean themselves and shit.
Come on there.
Oh, man. A place to shit. Most people they just want a place to sleep and shit with a locked door on it. Alright? People don't want mansions. Nice warm cooked meal, absolutely, too. That's different. That's more a you thing, though. Hey, you have a good night, Lubar. Best of luck. Are you excited to have one of the top 5 thirstiest VTubers on tonight? I mean, if we were to create, like, a thirsty list, who would be number 1? Mem? Nah, not Mem. Not Mem. Vex? Nah, not Vex. Tricky? You know what? Fifi? No. That's no. We're talking about we're not talking about posting on Twitter. Heavenly Father? No, he's hungry. I think Bao because she's a whale. Yeah. Yada-da. Vortex Art, thank you so much. Good work, everybody. Look at this. We're building ourselves a little dam. Also, that thing that Heavenly said in that one Badger video about him vibing with people saying that the streams help him. Love that. Hell yeah, man. It's damn good. So far, so good. Well, we got a ways to go. Hey, look what's happening here. Oh, I saw Heavenly's model, Vex. I certainly did. And there's another male VTuber I gotta worry about, but that's okay. Reckless dwarves. Why are you so reckless? Why are you so reckless? I'm sorry it's not dwarves building this, and instead is beavers. Heartless Deadpool, thanks so much for the 100 bits. Reckless dwarves. Guys, if you got gifted a sub by Reckless Dwarves, please say thank you. And I will continue to say thank you to Reckless Dwarves for being so kind to drop in those 10 shots here in the bar. Dwarf Fortress next. Good God. Now, I've seen that game. That game looks tough. I like my city sims, but man, does Dwarf Fortress look tough. So many stats. I thought I wiped in other games a lot. That game I just wiped nonstop. Well, Reckless Dwarves haven't said anything, but I'm going to keep saying thank you, man. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted shots. Big ups. Big ups. So this thing's now slowly filling up this area I've locked off, and this is going to become a little water supply too. And this will provide water for this area, so this will all become farmable land. And our little guy's slowly taking apart these ruins, one piece at a time. Here we go. There we go. Now we're going. Now we're cooking with bacon.
Now we're cooking with bacon.
More breeding tubes. Breeding. Breeding. Ooh. Oh, excellent. We got this now, so now we can do this. La la la. Boom. See where we're at this on this? Look at that. Still green. Reckless Dwarves, found your stuff via Clippers a while ago, but haven't had a chance to swing by till recently. Well, thank you so much, Reckless Dwarves, for doing it. Very kind of you, man. And yeah, Clipper, I really do appreciate my editor and those who clip out stuff. I know became kind of an unknown thing that apparently I didn't like Clippers. I do like Clippers. You know, actual Clippers, not people just take people's clips and just re-upload them. I got into a tiff with somebody in the community last year where they were just kind of they were just saying a lot of stuff that kind of bugged me, and I just kind of called it out, and then I got in trouble. You can't say that. You can't say that. How? Deep Rock Galactic, not interested. Those are first-person builders. I don't like first-person builders. Those aren't fun to me. I feel like a lot of these like first-person builder games are just, hey, can you just go make the game for us, please? It's playgrounds. It's just like they give you a playground to play in it, which is fine. It's just, a lot of it doesn't matter. It's not a builder game. Well, they've done a bad job marketing it then. But a third-person builder like Fortnite, no interest in that. Roller Coaster Tycoon-like games. My only issue with Roller Coaster Tycoon-like games is they kind of want you to build what each of the, like, stores look like, and, like, the ungodly amount of time that takes. One time I was just, like, putting skulls on this thing and realized I wasted 2 hours building something and no one even went to it. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Didn't they take building out of Fortnite this season? Oh, there's a version of the game without the building that everyone's having fun playing because the building was absolutely obnoxious and no one liked doing it. More carrots.
More carrots. That's right, Vader.
Look how fast these bad boys are going. Each at a different speed. Oh, Satisfactory? Oh, I've seen that one suggested to me all the time, and every time that I see it's a first person, I'm like, no. No one would want to watch me play no-build Fortnite. Who would want to watch me play no-build Fortnite? Not a damn soul, that's who. What are my opinions on Oxygen Not Included? Very stylized. I haven't played it because it didn't feel freeform enough for me. This is where one of those things where, like, I don't know how to recommend these games because they have a giant fan base. And if it didn't work for me, it's like, all right, well, it didn't work for me, but clearly they're doing something right to have this many people enjoy it. Would you enjoy The Sims? The problem with The Sims is it's just too much to it. At this point, it's just bloat. RimWorld's too confusing. RimWorld is a decent enough game, but there is, like, I know that the lack of graphics I think is a selling point for some people, but for me, it is distracting. See, the thing is, if you look at a game like RimWorld and this game is a little bit more, like, this is 3D, this is, like, a lot of things happen automatically. I feel like in that game it's a little bit more difficult. I know a lot of people really like playing, you know, RimWorld, and it has a massive fan base again, so clearly it's doing something right, even though it's not really for me. I tried playing it, and it just kind of, like, me learning how to play it pissed me off. You know what I mean? Like, when you're enjoying a game, you might make a mistake, and you're like, oh shit, that was damn it, I fucked up, I gotta restart the game now. There can be a lot of city builders are like that, but that one, I didn't feel like I wanted to start again. Whereas, unlike other games that make me want to start again. That one just felt very frustrating. So, yeah. I'm not dissing it. Like Airborne Kingdom appeal to you? I played a bunch of Airborne Kingdom until I realized that each town you went to was identical. It was the same quest each time. And it got boring. I think it's very pretty and cool. I think the Airborne Kingdom game is a really neat idea. I like the idea of, like, instead of, like, traveling around with your town to different cities, I think that's really fucking cool. It's just, there's no deviation when you're playing it, and you can kind of tell. Fallout Shelter's okay, but it's a mini game, you know? And I was playing, like, Airborne Kingdom a couple weeks back, actually. I thought it was very pretty game, very beautiful. How about Stanley Parable? One of my most viral clips was from the Stanley Parable. I played it a couple months back. Beavers are going outside the dam. Oh yeah, they have to. We gotta Keep building, building. Ooh, what's the underground hole? Of course I'm making you yawn. If you don't yawn when I yawn, you're a sociopath. I said it. Here goes another one. Oh, this is fun watching this build up. This is my favorite part of this game, just watching the beavers. Because they all sound like minions. Nah, banana. Banana. Banana no. Nah. Bah. Looking forward to having Sari on tonight. We're going to have fun, making a bunch of jokes. It'll be happening in about... God, almost 2-ish hours here, so... Dang. I'm yawning a lot, meaning I'm running out of coffee. How about Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West? Well, the thing is, I can't play Forbidden West because it's forbidden. And also, and I mean this, Aeon, not as an insult to you at all. I don't want to play Horizon Zero Dawn. Ever since someone pointed out to me that a lot of games like that, they got stunning graphics. Absolutely stunning graphics. But someone said, I'm sorry, because when all the devs of that game were getting angry at the Elden Ring devs, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry that people aren't more enticed by watching a movie, hitting X to watch a movie, than getting on a horse, following a line through a barren wasteland where creatures don't load in quick enough, to go kill a creature, to save a dude, to hit X to watch more of the movie. And I'm like, fuck, if half these games ain't that now, guys. Why are you asleep? Why are you sleeping in the water, bro? Narrative games are hard to stream. Also, a lot of games are just becoming narrative games because the guy making the game clearly wants to make a movie, but no one wants him to make a movie. They want him to make a game, and then he's very angry that he's being paid to make a game, so he resents it, so he makes a movie. And then they make The Last of Us 2. Lightheart Gaming, we're slowly starting to wrap up. Slowly. Slowly. Have you tried Lobotomy Corporation? I saw it. Guys, if you don't like The Last of Us 2, you're just a hater. It's always a good sign of a product, is where the creator says, if you don't like this, you're just a hater. I'm like, oh, okay, bud. All right. I'm like, ah, yes, Ghostbusters 2016 defense. Interesting. Interesting. Like Derek Anthony, since you like building games, I wonder if you like a House Flipper. Oh, yeah, I played House Flipper. The problem with House Flipper for me was it needed to be more like a Power Wash Simulator, because when it came to the part where you have to clean up the house, it really felt like when you had to clean up the house in particular, that like you go up to the mess and you just press the mop and the mop just moves back and forth and it's gone. It killed me. Power Wash is just so more like detailed and you know, just you can tell what you're doing a lot easier, and for that reason it felt much more fluid. So when I went down to House Flipper, I just didn't like it because of the lack of fluidity. Hope that makes sense. Watch this. I'm gonna do something stupid here. Hey everybody, watch this. I want to do something really crazy and no one's gonna stop me. Oh hey, oh hey. Hey, oh hey, 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 oh hey. Hey Copernicus, what's the goings on? What's the hippity haps over there? There's your problem right there. Alright, have fun building that road, guys. Because now I gotta do this. Mm-hmm. And now we just need to do one more thing. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Drum roll. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, I also, on Wednesday night, I watched the newest episode of Young Rock, which is Dwayne Johnson explaining his past, because he's running for like fake president in the show he's doing. Disaster, thanks so much for the sub. So it got to the point where he had his first tryout match at the WWF, which they call it that in the show. So they cast all these wrestlers for 1996, and it's funny because they all look kind of they don't look like the actual wrestlers. They look kind of like the actual wrestlers, what makes it way funnier. Including, like, Rock going out there, like, Triple H being passive-aggressive to The Rock and shit. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun, this is gonna be fun, this is gonna be fun. And then they got to Steve Austin. Name Steve Austin. Oh, wow, Steve, this is actually my first match. What? And I went, oh, this show, okay. Like, you can look it up, they look like cheap cosplay wrestlers. The thing is, someone pointed out, like, all the flashbacks look really cheesy. And that's kind of the point, because they're not going to be able to get that authentic shit. So they're just trying to get the closest approximations. So yeah, you see like Owen's old, like, 1996 Stone Cold Steve Austin, who still has hair. He's like, he was talking, the Rock was narrating, mentioning seeing the Undertaker for the first time. And then Undertaker entered the room, and he said the first thing he ever said, I'll never forget. It just shows the Undertaker with a water bottle in his hand, throws the bottle to the ground, goes, "Motherfucker!" Rock couldn't believe, like, what the fuck? You mean the ringmaster? Yeah, he was the ringmaster. It's really funny to watch. I heartily suggest people check it out. It's pretty funny. I can't wait for more of this shit. Especially because the Vince McMahon doesn't even look like Vince McMahon, and I'm, like, upset. Because he's like, oh, hello there, Rock. How's it going? Doesn't even have, like, a bassy voice to it yet. I'm like, he's got to be going, why aren't you bigger? She showed up on the corruption in WWE. What I'm mostly curious about is, like, because, you know, they're not going to show what actually happens, because a lot of fucked up stuff happened. Like, they never did The Rock wrong, but the one thing I'm curious about how they're going to handle in the show is Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Because here's the thing. Triple H and Shawn Michaels were around the era when The Rock was coming up. Bret Hart was kind of on his way out a little bit, and Shawn Michaels was on his way up. Now, The Rock was being pegged down for being one of the upcoming stars, but Triple H and Shawn Michaels, according to rumors, weren't a fan of that, and Shawn Michaels was pushing Triple H to have that position a little bit more than The Rock. So there's a lot of backstage politicking that I think we're gonna find out a little bit more of, but we're gonna be hearing from The Rock's era. I gotta watch the Dark Side of the Ring for the corruption stuff, I guess. I don't know if Dark Side of the Ring is continuing. Apparently the guys who made that are continuing with a wrestling documentary project. I wouldn't be shocked if it's more focusing on how a lot of the girls were treated. I think they should do that, because it's really, really bad. Didn't the 90s used to cut themselves in the match for more? They still do that to this day. I've sort of given up on the house flipper now because I have an issue when you install the light fixtures and save the game and leave. They load back and the lights are gone because the bug that I've been reporting and no one fixes. Oh my god, really? That would drive me insane. That would drive me nuts. Yeah, but they showed Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind, aka Mick Foley, and The Undertaker. Those are and the Sheik. And the Iron Sheik, they showed him too because he was a manager at that time. So the Sheik is in the background yelling shit. Oh, and they showed Mantar. You think it's worse? You could be Mantar, and Mantar can't even get in the room. He's like, "Argh!" Hits his head on everything. It's a fun show so far, and I look forward to more of the campy reenactments of all the shit that happened in the 90s. I don't think it's going to be very accurate at all. It's not. It's not going to be accurate. None of the wrestlers look like the actual wrestlers, so let's just not even assume that. At most, they'll just get the footage to actually show the shit that happens. I'm just looking forward to just showing all these guys portrayed backstage. It looks like they're portraying Triple H as the rival and Stone Cold as the chill friend. Which is like, okay, I would believe that. Oh my god, we're almost here. We're almost here. We're almost to it, guys. We almost got this dam built up. We've been mining forever, guys. We've been mining forever. I haven't seen Heels yet. I'm going to wait for like a second season of it to be out and actually have it streaming somewhere I can watch it. Then I'll watch it. Did I see the new 2K game? Yeah, I did. Anthony doesn't really do anything for me. I don't actually like a lot of these 2K games until such time as it's not just pressing A to do stock moves, but actually some actual fighting mechanics instead of just pressing counter. That's all those games feel like, is just pressing counter. It's boring to play. Okay, so let's do this now. Now we got to do a couple of these. And now let us go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we'll go over here to this and the deep water pump. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pump so deep. Have I watched Peacemaker? Oh fuck yeah, you weren't here when I was watching it, but yeah, I was ranting about that for a long time. Peacemaker was fantastic and probably one of the best COVID-era television shows, which is a specific kind of show which features a lot of like groups of people who are outside, very few groups of people are inside. Like they can only do so much filming. So overall, I liked Peacemaker. It was the right length. It did not overstay its welcome or understay its welcome, which is kind of the problem I have with Marvel shows. The Netflix Marvel shows, each season was too long, whereas in the Disney Plus Marvel shows are each like 2 episodes too short. Is how it feels, at least. Like, I was watching Loki season 1, and then by episode 3, like, Loki then leaves the group he's working with. I'm like, dude, he just started working for them, and now it's over? Like, we need, like, some sense of normalcy before you upend it. And it feels like, I really just feel like the Disney Marvel series just don't let anything take its time, any precedence to get set before you upend them. Just immediately to upending the presents. I haven't watched the last episode of Moon Knight yet. Apparently, it's really good. I've really enjoyed Oscar Isaac's performance of Moon Knight. I'm here or there on Moon Knight still, especially because I hate heroes losing their power arcs. It's boring to me. Ever watch Invincible? I think Invincible is one of the best adult cartoons of all time. To all the grown-ass men complaining about Turning Red, all I wanted to tell them was, you know, guys, I know you're all angry about Turning Red existing, but you can still rewatch Invincible. You can still have your adult animation. You don't have to watch the kid animation. Just because it's animation doesn't mean it's for you. Everyone's Love, Death, and Robots, just like the 4 that are worth watching. It's going so well. Now we got 55 people working here in town. Now more of our jobs are all filled up. Now we got 3 guys who are just got nothing to do right now. They are 3 guys who are just jobless currently, which is good. Now we got float guys running around. Which is what we need. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so mad Turning Red didn't acknowledge 9/11. Damn it, you're right. Someone pointed out something about Better Call Saul. It's 2004 in Better Call Saul. Why aren't people talking about Homestar Runner? Why aren't people adamantly asking when the next goddamned Homestar... When is the next Strong Bad email out? That's the real question, folks. Does this town have a name? Yui. Yeah, it has the name of Yui. Oh, we got 9 days. Yikes. That's a lot. Okay. Well... Keep at her, guys. Let's keep grabbing that water, baby. Turning red was more of a Canadian... I know, we're joking. There's people who make their entire personality just disliking a kind of media. Can you imagine that? Because it's not going to stop people... Disliking a kind of media is going to stop people from liking it. Grace Vegas, yo, Taka, there's this guy who 100% speedrun Just Cause 2, and he's on his 23th consecutive hour right now. That's crazy. That's not me. Go get water! Why are you thirsty? Oh my god. This is a new faction. These are the Iron Hands. They use breeding pods. Well, here's the thing. A lot of Americans don't understand that our media is like... There's laws in our media to sensationalize things that are encouraged in American media. They don't get that. That's fine. Not all Americans get Canada. It's okay. They don't have to get Canada. I didn't know depression until I watched Arcane on Netflix. I'm just depressed because I can't. I have trouble enjoying Arcane because I know it's owned by Tencent. You know, I'm sitting there watching everyone get all hyped for the show, going, these guys are the ones who stripped away the one guy who held up the Free Hong Kong sign and had his prize money stripped away from him. The same guys own League of Legends. It's an arm of, and Tencent is an arm of the Communist Party of China. It's just what it is, guys. It's just part. Literally, they in a statement they stated that Tencent was part of their great 20-year plan. And I'm like, yeah, I bet it was. Frustrating. Frustrating. It's just difficult. So that's why I got to avoid some game franchises. I'm just like, I can't give them my support. It feels weird. You know? It feels odd to support them. How many years in a 20-year plan are we? Oh, it's been derailed by COVID. COVID derailed their giant plan, by the way. Canada's Prime Minister is hot. Oh, I know. In Canada, we elected an Instagram model. You guys elected a porn star. No. Sorry. A guy who fucks porn stars. I got that confused. Killer Squirrel, don't. Killer Squirrel, don't. Please don't. Thank you. My favorite thing about guys who really hate Trudeau is they'll link like a picture of him in blackface why he's a bad guy, and the same people who hate on Trudeau are the exact kind of people who get angry that people are offended by blackface simultaneously. The big trucker protest, which wasn't a trucker protest, it's just a bunch of loud assholes with trucks. 95% of all truckers were still fully vaccinated doing their fucking jobs. Just those 5% decided to go to Ottawa, make it everyone's problem. Their demand as a group, their first demand was that the democratically elected government of Canada stand down and they're allowed to appoint whoever they want. And I went, no. No. And the whole thing was they just hate Trudeau because they need somebody to hate. Because if you hate one guy, then it feels easier to wrap your head around. So just let them be in control, and they're able to, and they just suspend the government and let them choose whoever they want. You know, it was just a coup. It was just like a polite January 6th that just kept going, and then the conservative members of my country were like, Trudeau, why aren't you sitting down with them and in good faith having a conversation? Because there's absolutely nothing about them that's being done in good faith. They literally want Trudeau to step down, and they would kill him if they could. because they got themselves all whipped up that this one guy is the cause of all their fucking problems. And then it got so bad that he had to use the Emergencies Act because they had to fire the police chief of Ottawa because he was an anti-Trudeau guy who was intentionally not doing his job to make the Liberals look worse. And the situation was getting worse. He was actively caught not doing his job and intentionally encouraging it. So they invoked the Emergencies Act to deal with the border issue that was happening, and then to fire that fucking guy, replaced him with a guy who actually did his job, and then that guy immediately brought in the riot police from Quebec. Because here's what I ask everybody about this shit. How many weeks of warning were the Black Lives Matter or the Indigenous protesters given? They were given no warning. The white whiners were given 3 weeks and they still acted like victims. The absolute ego. He wasn't fired, he stepped down. Killer Squirtle, he was fired. He was fired. He was told to quit or he would be fired. So he quit to save face. That's the way it works, dude. You're told to quit. Because if they fire you, it looks really bad. So they gave him an out. But that guy didn't do his job. He intentionally didn't do his job because he wanted to stick it to those libs because he's on Facebook reading a bunch of stupid memes that make him think he's right. And what I hated about this shit is he's a police officer. He needs to be fucking objective. That's what a cop is supposed to do. So even in my own country, witnessing them just letting this fascism just kind of like just start boiling because it was fascism they agreed with, that guy didn't deserve to have a badge. And I would call him that to his face. And I would say that to his fucking face. He let that situation get worse to make Trudeau look bad. Because that's all that shit is, a disgrace to the uniform. Holy shit. It literally, all I had to do was watch one video to see what these guys were all about. They were sexually harassing women. They were honking horns outside of a long-term care hospital. Killer Squirtle, this is what sucks when you're absolutely in the dead-ass middle politically. It's like, I don't like Trudeau all the time. He's a shrewd politician, but in the end, I don't want the Conservatives in charge because they literally don't care about anybody but themselves. They don't. They're just narcissists. And I know because literally when my Liberal government called out the Conservatives for taking photos with guys with Nazi flags, one of them was like, I'm Jewish, you can't get mad at me for doing that. It's like, I'm sorry, since when does that matter? Since when not being an asshole matter? You know? One faction wants to pay for everything, which will take 20 years to work. One faction's kind of middle of the road, and one faction just wants to become the United States, and they just want to have slave women like the United States wants. Like they're just jerking off at the idea about being able to take away women's rights. They love it. It's just so cathartic to them. They love it, and it's what they're all about. Thank you, the RX. They were Jewish SS officers. Exactly. It's why when it's like, man, why are you guys so? Why don't you just say, oops, maybe we shouldn't have taken photos with guys carrying swastikas? No, you're allowed to. You're allowed to when it's you, right? Same fucking energy. No, it's different when I do it. It's different when I do it. When I do it, I don't mean it in a way where I can get in trouble. If you want to be in charge, you're going to be held to a certain level of fucking standards, in my opinion. And if you don't like that, then don't be in charge. Step down and get out of the way. Because we're not going to give grief to somebody who's not in charge like that. Ay. You're taking my association with Nazis out of context in a way that makes me look bad. That is exactly what they get all fucking butthurt about. I'm like, then stop taking photos with the Nazis, you absolute fucking jagoffs. I know they say everything you want to hear, and if you kowtow to them, you don't actually have to do your goddamn job and help everyone's life. You just get to stick it to minorities. Because when you do that, you don't actually have to help anybody. Because when you just stick it to somebody, you're not helping anybody. You're just making somebody feel like they're not getting stick to, so they're the winners of this fucking competition. Sorry, I get mad about the whole protest shit. It was just it's a crock of crap. It was just a logical fallacy. The same people who scream about fucking freedom, these guys who are screaming about the freedom, which is, by the way, they made their choice to not get vaccinated. That was their choice. And they were warned that if you don't get vaccinated, you're not going to be able to enjoy certain aspects of society because that's part of the deal with society. You have a certain responsibility.
a civic duty. And vaccines are part of it. So they said, well, no, I'm not doing it because someone who isn't a scientist said it's bad. Okay, so 2 years go by, and now they can't go into stores, they can't go into shops, they can't do anything because they've stuck to their guns of not doing this. And now they can't do anything, really. You know, they can't really do that much. So now they're mad. So instead of getting vaccinated and admitting wrongdoing, they instead, much like a child, want to flip the board over. It's like a game of Risk or Monopoly. You know, you start losing, and then you're like, no, I don't want to. No one wins. And that was what it was all about. They wanted a no one wins scenario. See, now no one was right. It's like, no, I did my responsibility. I don't like needles. I hate needles. They make me nervous. They make me very uncomfortable. But I'm a grown-ass fucking adult. So I went and did it and wasn't whining like a little bitch. It's because people are now making being obstinate and intentionally, what is it? What is the term for just taking the reverse point? They've made that a personality trait. They just made that their entire personality. Being obstinate is like a contrarian. They're just being contrarians, and they refuse to admit that they were wrong. They refuse to admit they were wrong, and instead of admitting that they were wrong and just moving on with their lives, they instead want the entire game thrown out and them declared just as much of a winner as those who actually followed the rules. You know who acts like that? Cartman. That's what Cartman acts like. Oh yeah, Quiche Play, it's why that entire... Exactly. I mean, the Freedom Convoy protested for freedom of expression choice while demanding the duly elected government be replaced. Exactly. So when people said, why won't you sit down with these people in good faith? Because there's nothing good faith about them. One of them literally is talking about the Great Replacement Theory, which is just a white guy bitching. Oh, God. These people suck. No, North Country, man, it's a Facebook issue. This is different from the Twitter issue. Facebook is, their entire friendship circle is now just anti-vaxxing. That's it. Their friendship circle is nothing but anti-vaxxers. If you watch the videos of all those caravan guys, they're literally just a clique of guys all hanging out in a club. And they just feel like they're warriors of some kind. Like, we're doing something great here, guys. No, you're not. You're just having a pity party. I remember I watched this video of the one border, there was a bunch of guys at the border south of Alberta, and this one killed me. I watched the video, they're all locked in some fucking store that they've hijacked illegally or some shit, and the police are in there trying to get the guys to go. And instead of listening to the cops about what they're doing and how destructive this is gonna be, you know what they do? They just yell over the cop, and instead say, no, join us. Join us. Tell your bosses no. Destroy your whole life so we feel validated. Please destroy your whole life so we feel validated. And this is why they're selfish. Demon Prince Car, don't be rude. Talking more than 30% of the people are against vaccinations. Where did the most of the truckers come from? Well, 95% of truckers got vaccinated. William McNabb, roughly about that. So the truckers came from wherever the people who just believe all this right-wing, openly racist, sexist, and homophobic shit were. They came from BC, they came from Nova Scotia, they came from everywhere where their hate was no longer accepted. Where they had to feel like they made their entire personality saying no to this shit. So once it was proven that it was working, and we were winding down to the end of it, and everyone was shaking each other's hands for good work, they decided to protest the entire act of everything. So they wanted to be declared also winners, because they don't want to be losers. But they are. But they refuse. And this is the quandary. They won't admit wrongdoing because to admit wrongdoing would look like bitches to their new clique. And then that clique who harasses people, threatens people, will then threaten and harass them. It's a cult. It's a cult. Oh yeah, there were Confederate flags at this Ontario event in Ottawa. Confederate flags in Canada. Because you know what Confederate flag means? It means, fuck you, you can't tell me what to do. I don't care what your feelings are. Also, don't upset my feelings. It hurts less being a loser if you make other people losers as well. Oh yeah, and that's the whole club thing. Oh, they pissed on the tomb of the unknown soldier. All this great shit, but they're patriots, guys, because they say they are, and they're waving flags that say, fuck Trudeau and shit. You know, like patriots do, shitting on the duly elected official. Oh, yeah, and there's Trump flags in that crowd, too. It's exactly what it is, guys. It's just shitters and trolls. They have nothing, there's no good faith. You know what they want? Is they want everyone to get out of their way, and they want to be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want and not be held accountable at all. That's what they want. And they want everyone to get out of their fuck. It's a table flip. It's the table. They just want to flip the table. They don't, I don't like this game. I'm flipping the table. That's what a child does. And they tried to do this shit, and they're trying to do it again. They're trying to do it again in my country's capital, too, guys, in Ottawa. With bikers now. Except now we got video of the protesters literally calling the police. They use the word pussy and shit like that. I'm like, oh, what great fellas. Aren't you great? You guys are such great dudes. You're coming across super great right now. Lazy lizard men, when they're held accountable, they whine and cry and kick and scream. Dude, they stayed in Ottawa honking horns, torturing the citizens of Ottawa, harassing women, damaging LGBTQ businesses. Literally, I mean, not against catcalling, but following women wearing masks, saying that masks aren't going to protect them from what's coming their way. Like, openly threatening sexual assault against women downtown. But they're great guys. They're great guys. Absolutely. Look, they got kids here. There's like 5 people were stupid enough to bring their kids here. I firmly believe that. Now, the burn down the apartment one might not be true, actually. I think that's actually faked. But all the same, I don't put it past those guys. Oh, yeah. Who would have thought the guys who fetishize the idea of the apocalypse so they can protect their family by indiscriminately killing people are awful people? It's exactly what they are. So there's this thing where we try and sit down in good faith and talk with them. There's nothing to be done talking with these people in good faith. They don't want a good faith argument. They want to just yell at you until you shut up so they look like they won the argument. And you know these guys. You've met them throughout your life. They're the guys, even though you know they're wrong, they just keep talking. They won't shut the fuck up and just admit they were maybe wrong. They won't, because they can't. And they will just keep doing that until they overthrow the government that says that they weren't wrong, because that's how narcissistic. So in the city of Ottawa, a couple thousand narcissists congregated to torture the entire city, and people had the gall to say that that was acceptable fucking behavior. By the way, all the ringleaders of that event, by the way, everybody, are being sued for almost $600 million by the city of Ottawa, the independent businesses that were hurt by their action, for losing almost an entire month of business. And this is why when the government was saying this is an illegal and this is a full-blown illegal protest, because they didn't sign any official paperwork or anything. When you're trying to do a protest, you don't block traffic unless you have a mandate of the people, which is an overwhelming issue. Like, you have to have everyone's support. So these guys, a lot of them tricked themselves into thinking they had the mandate of the people, because their Twitter feed is nothing but people who agree with you. Right? And that's all their Facebook feed, all people who agree with you. They were shocked that actually like 70% of people think they're full of shit. And they were shocked at those. They're like, what? Everyone's got to be on our side. We're heroes. I'm like, no, you're not. You're annoying, loud, obnoxious children, and we ignore you. Admitting to being wrong would make them look weak. Exactly. That's why they always glob on to strong men like Trump and shit, which is a weak man's version of what a strong man looks like. A weak man looks at Trump thinking that's strong. The man is so insecure, he doesn't let anything touch him. That's his insecurity. They live in an echo chamber. We do as well as liberals. Let's not pretend otherwise. I was bitching about that earlier. But in this regard, it is so destructive because they demand a good faith argument, and they don't want to do that. So they're demanding something they're not going to honor. So no, I will never talk to these guys in good faith because they don't want a good faith argument. They don't. They don't want a good faith argument because a good faith argument makes them look like stupid idiots. And that's the last thing they can admit to themselves. They're like the South Park bikers kind of begging for attention. Yes, though that episode's really rough to watch. Mostly because I find hearing the F word said that much really is uncomfortable. As I get older, I'm like, yeah. They kept people in assisted living from getting help. They're not heroes. Oh, no, they are because they're... No. When they do it, it's okay because they're doing it for freedom. By the way, guys, I mean you right now, you want to go one way to get me to completely ignore anything you have to say? If you have freedom lover in your Twitter bio. The second I see that, I'm like, you don't believe in freedom. You just believe in being able to do whatever the fuck you want with not being told otherwise. That's what you actually believe. You believe in being able to do whatever the fuck you want without being told otherwise, because you have mistaken freedom of speech for freedom of repercussions. You've mistaken the two. The government can't stop you from saying absolutely loony or stupid shit, but people sure as fucking shame you for it. Just because people don't want to listen to you, you're not being silenced just because people don't like what you have to say. No one is listening to you because what you have to say is annoying and obnoxious. Freedom for me, if you demand other people adhere to a set of rules that you yourself do not adhere to, you are, and I mean this, a piece of shit. You stand for nothing then. If you will not hold yourself to the same standards that you hold other people to, you suck. Then what do you have? Just abject judgmentalism? You can just turn on and off when you're allowed your morality? Other people are just allowed, other people are different from you? It's this narcissism. It's so narcissistic. If you do not hold yourself to the same standard you hold other people to, shut the fuck up. If you do not practice what you preach, shut the fuck up. Because if you do not practice what you preach and you go off preaching that shit, the people who are against you are going to find out you don't practice what you preach and use that as an example why no one should listen to you or the points you're trying to make. It is not only selfish, it's destructive. There we go, guys. We're learning a lot today, huh? We're learning so much. We're learning so much. Learning so much. Love it, I love it. Alrighty, guys. I do got to get going here in a little bit here. I love ranting about this, guys. I love ranting about this shit because we're living in it right now. We're living in this moment right now. Right this second, we are living in this. Where all this is. We have, simultaneously, we're witnessing all this. The Amber Heard, the stripping away of women's rights with trying to strip away Roe v. Wade, and they'll go after interracial marriage next and birth control next. And then they're going to go after gay marriage and trans rights next because all they have is empty rhetoric. Actually fixing people's problem would cost their bosses money. So they'll do anything else but that. We are in a time where there are so many contradicting things happening at the same time. Asshole's an asshole regardless of who they are. Okay? Practice what you preach. Okay? Practice what you preach. That's all I can ask you guys to do. Please, practice what you preach or stop preaching. Because this is true. And I mean, and I'm going to say something. I'm going to end this stream on an odd note here. I'm going to say this. This is an observation over about 5 years on Twitter. Okay? The same people who criticize other people for misbehaving, for minor things, harass people in the guise of being good people, when that person has a massive mental break, are the first people to tweet about mental health, like they weren't the fucking problem to begin with. So practice what you preach, and if you really do have empathy, have some. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you later tonight for Sarui's stream. Thank you all so much for hearing my political rhetoric. FYI, I am completely wrong about all my points, so don't worry, guys. You're right. If you didn't like what I had to say, you're right. I'm an asshole. Just disregard what I have to say. Orochimaru's Voldemort. Anything else? I want to thank all my mods for being here. Talk to be like racists deserve empathy. That's exactly what I said, Harpy Harpoon. You got it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I said. Oh my god. Okay, totally didn't just get done ranting about the fucking convoy boys, huh? Thank you all for coming here, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. In the future, there'll be a little bit less ranting about these subjects, I think. Just because... belaboring the point, you know what I mean? Just kind of belaboring the point. So, we're going to raid here into the person who's going to be joining us later today. We're running into Sarui. You're all warned she's French, so she might come across a little bit blunt. Okay, guys, I will see you later for when Sari swings by the Weary 101. Thank you so much for being here watching me play the Beaver game. The fact there's over 400 of you in here watching me play the Beaver game is just weird as shit to me. But nothing but love your guys' way. All right, see you guys later. Bye.